We're live. Decided to do a later podcast slash live stream slash podcast today. It is 4:55 p.m. and I figure I'll do this one before dinner. Tonight we're going to have, I think we're having either cod or halibut for dinner tonight. Fresh halibut or cod. And then we have prawns too. And we've got a beautiful day here. It's currently just under 22 degrees Celsius. Excuse me, this is fizzy stuff. And 50% humidity. So humidity is a little higher today, but it's actually a really nice day out here. Wendy and I went for a walk at Duck Creek Park, and I forgot to bring palm seeds with me. When I go for walks, I like to bring palm seeds to spread the seed around. And as I'm walking past the creek, I said, darn it, I forgot to bring some palm seeds. So next time I go, I'm going to bring pocketfuls of palm seeds and just throw them around in the forest. And those palms will sprout and grow here and there and everywhere. Just the way we like to see palms grow. What I am noticing in the garden, I've noticed a few more dracaenas a couple of more dracaenas that actually survive the winter. They're not very big ones. And because we have so much thick vegetation in our garden, and I'm watering, oh, there's another dracaena in there. It's funny, the bigger ones died and the smaller ones, some of the smaller ones made it. Very, very interesting, huh? It's really interesting after a cold snap. The plants you think that would die, they make it, and the ones that make it die. It's like the jubea down there. The jubea loses its center spear and it dies, and the Butia cross-cyagrus survives. Go figure. I got a Brahia armata up here that looks fine. The one down there died. Needle palms are okay. Camadoria microspadex palm did freeze down, but it's coming up from the ground. The Camadoria radicalis is fine. Got a little beat up, but it's growing. It's definitely growing. Tree fern looks freaking amazing. Tree fern is just unreal. I water that every day. And bamboo is just shooting, man. Lots of shoots on the bamboo, especially the timber bamboo, man. Going like crazy. There's a bunch of timber. I don't know if you can see it from here. A lot of palms behind me, but in behind those palms, there's a courtyard, and there's a huge clump of bamboo in there. It almost looks like a fountain. It comes up, and it's 20 feet, 25 feet tall, and then it shoots over. Is that you, Miss T? Here's Kahu. Do you want to say hi? Come here. Do you want to come say hi to the audience? Come here. And Wendy and I, when we were in town, we went to Beachside Coffee, but they were closed. We didn't realize they're closed. Hey, can you come and say hi? I want my beautiful wife to come and say hi. Come over here. She says sure. And I did use her as a thumbnail today. That's her playing the ukulele on the lanai, right? That's a Maui pick, though. That's a Maui pick. Ukulele playing on our lanai on Maui. So my buddy Phil was here today. He just left. He stayed overnight, and he took us out for pasta last night. Oh, man, that was good. There's such a good pasta place in our town. And even through all the scammed... You're going to go?
Just for a walk.
Hey, I'm not going.
No, Krista and I are going.
You want to see the shirt? Come over here. Come on.
Right here.
Come on.
Yeah.
You can only see the...
Nice.
That's a native shirt she's got on there. It's handmade by a native band up island. All handmade.
Native
Look at this.
Design.
You got to get a native.
Nice.
I'm amazed you don't have a native tattoo. Why don't you have a native tattoo? You should get a native tattoo.
Yeah,
her son has them. Her son has native tattoos. I think her daughter has too. So we have a person staying at our accommodation right now. Really good. She just started a YouTube channel. Her name is Jennifer Godfrey, and she does tarot readings and stuff like that. So you might want to check out her channel and subscribe to it. I'm giving her a plug. So subscribe to her channel. It's actually a really good channel. She's really nice. James Palms. Hey, what do you say? It's a beautiful day. I'm feeling overdressed out here. I mean, I got my shorts and flip-flops on, but the shirt's a little too warm out here, but it is very nice. We have scattered clouds, and the sun, I got an umbrella. I got a patio umbrella up here, so the sun is hitting the patio umbrella, but it's on the edge of going over the patio umbrella and blasting me in the face. We're going to have to put some Hawaiian tropics on soon. And I didn't go for a bike ride today. I didn't go for a motorbike ride today. Wendy and I went for a hike in Duck Creek, which is around the corner from us. How's it going, man? It's going good. It is going good, man. It's going awesome. Couldn't be better. And like I say, we got over that Chinese flu a few weeks ago. I don't want to get into that, but we both had the Chinese flu. Wendy and I. She brought it home to me, and I was actually very upset when I got it. I was very, very, very pissed off because we got it from a triple vaxxed person that was in her art class. Two of them from California. 12 people in the class got infected. And then when she said they tested positive, she brought it home to me. I said, because you're going to get it. And then I got it. And for a week, yeah, it kicked the crap out of me. But hey, I'm here, survived it. And Wendy's got bad asthma too. And she survived it. She's 62. So, no, it doesn't kill you unless you're, in such ill health and near death, just like the flu, right? Getting your passport picture done. Are you guys going? Yeah, I got my passport picture done. I got it done the other day, but I'm just renewing it because I hear the lineups are really, really bad right now at the passport office. So my passport isn't due until August 2023. So I got the pictures done, and I'm going to send it in October. And in October, I'm going to send everything in for a renewal just so I have it renewed for another 10 years. No, I'm not planning on going anywhere right now. We were planning on going. Well, our friend asked us if we wanted to go on a cruise. So we phoned the cruise lines last night, and then they phoned us back today. And Wendy asked them, do you have to be vaccinated? And they said yes. And we can't go because we're not jabbed. So we can't go on it. Hey, what's going on? This is Wendy's lovely daughter. This is Wendy, and this is her little dog right here. You can't see the dog because the dog is super small.
He's ready to go for another walk.
The dog here. I'll hold it up. There's the dog. Right there. They go through the jungle. Anyway, we can't go on a cruise, which kind of sucks. I've been on 4 cruises. Wendy's never been on a cruise, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to go on a cruise, but you have to be jabbed to go on a cruise. They got to get rid of Justin Castro, the guy screwing up our country. Hey, Logan, how's it going in there? No, we're not going back to the tropics anytime too soon. I think I want to stay clear of airports right now because of just the lineups and all the crap going on. I want to wait till this scamdemic has passed. I call it the scamdemic. I want it to pass, and then once everything clears up and the airports maybe get somewhat back to normal, then maybe we'll go to Maui again. Right? You guys need to go somewhere. Let's cry. Yeah, I'm done, man. What I would like to say will get me kicked off of YouTube here, but so I'm not going to say it. I just posted something on my Banana Joe like page, and that'll probably get me kicked off of Facebook for a little bit. So I said, and then I posted something that actually appeared on CTV News. Some guy suing for vaccine injuries, right? And one guy did. He got an award, a settlement for his vaccine injuries, right? So, like I say, I believe in freedom of choice. If you want to get it, get it. But when the government pushes stuff down on me, I don't like it because I'm not one to comply. I don't comply to stuff that easily. I question things, right? Logan, the plandemic, the scamdemic, none of it makes sense. We know that. Anyway, how are your palm trees growing? Don't get me fired up because I got fired up at the post office yesterday when I pulled in. I pull in front of the post office with my bike, hop off my Harley, and there's a lineup around the post office, and everybody's got their face diapers on. And the post office is supposed to be open at 8:30, and I says, what's going on here? And I see a sign in the window, due to staff shortages. And I threw the F-bomb, and I says, do you know why there's staff shortages? I said it to everybody in the lineup. I said, do you know why there's staff shortages? And they said, why? Because the government fired everybody. They fired everybody for not taking the jab. And I'm not working because of it either. So I had to actually retire. I would have stuck out a couple more years. I had a good government job, good Parks Department, Parks and Rec job, and they forced it on people. So now I'm retired, and I actually am enjoying it. It's quite nice. So I have to thank the scamdemic for that. You should check out a video I'm going to put up tonight. It's beach in Ontario that's 30 foot. Oh, I know that. I've seen pictures of that one where they plant the Cypress palms. Now, hopefully they take those out because I've seen a beach, and there's one in New Jersey. There's one in Delaware, Rehoboth, Delaware. They plant these queen palms out there. So very expensive annuals unless they take them out. If they take them out, that's a good thing. If you leave them in to die, that kind of sucks, right? So this was a bad freeze we had in December, and I'll get into that. So December was one of the worst freezes I've seen here since I've lived here 3 decades here. I've been gardening on Salt Spring since the 1980s. My parents bought here in 1978. Okay, so I got a long history with Salt Spring Island. People are waking up. People are waking up, but my palms are Your palms are doing great. Good, good. I'll have to check out that video, James. Sounds cool, man. I like the idea of them planting, and especially as annuals, they can actually take out. So they're not really annuals. They plant them seasonally and then maybe take them out before it gets too ugly cold. Because to plant 30-foot palms on the beach and let them freeze would really suck. Because a 30-foot queen palm is expensive, right? They're not cheap. I can tell you one thing: our little Cygris butea made it. So I planted it in February 2018. It's still going. It's still going back there, and the Jubea packed it in. Um, what was I going to say? So when I noticed some cordylines are sprouting back in our garden, and I even noticed a few that actually survived. But this winter was like cordyline killer. Okay, so it didn't bother our Trachycarpus palms, but it definitely bothered our cordylines. And tomorrow I'm going to go ride into town with my motorbike, and I'm going to stop in front of the wellness center. There was cordyline trees growing in front, and I told the owner I'll cut them back. So months ago I cut them back, and I left quite a bit of trunks, big trunks on them. I left them because they were firm enough, and I said if those didn't freeze that low, then they'll resprout out of the trunks. I'm pretty sure I can see some stuff sprouting out. I'll confirm that tomorrow. I'll shoot a video. 1,000 Canadian each. 1,000. Oh, that's yeah, that's up there. That is up there. It's yeah. I wouldn't put them in here. There's no way. But I mean, if it's the beach, it's probably municipal, it's parks department, right? There's certainly a lot of palm trees when you go through Victoria. Like there's an overpass right before you get into Langford, and all around the overpass, they put them in several years ago. There's grove of Trachycarpus palms, and they're actually getting quite big now. They do Trachycarpus palms and Camarops, but I don't see any of the other fancy schmancy ones. I do see Insecte ventricosum sometimes planted, like in the meridians, like where the gardens are. But there's lots of palm trees, windmill palms growing in Victoria. Like, I mean, right on Douglas Street, there's probably a 25, 30-foot one with other ones beside it, right in the traffic island. You can't miss it. But the restaurant makes a lot of money. So it's the restaurant. Okay, cool. So they got a lot of money. So it's probably a tax write-off for them or something, right? They probably got maybe some sort of discount on them, which is cool. And they make the beach feel that much more tropical. And it doesn't matter where you are, man. You could be in Timbuktu, you could be in Norway on a summer day on a nice beach with palm trees, and you can imagine that you are somewhere else. So palm trees give you that they personify the tropics. And I mean, yeah, we know windmill palms. We know about our palm trees. Somebody that doesn't know about palm trees, when they come to our gardens, like, how can you grow all those palm trees? They don't know anything about palm trees. They don't know that those are pretty cold hardy palm trees, the windmill palms. I saw a Nigerian website today, and they sell big palms for $50. Watch those ones, Logan. Nigerian. Watch those guys. They could be scammers. If they weren't so big, I thought about asking if I could have them, and I would plant in the fall. Oh God, that'd be crazy protection, eh? Well, I can tell you one thing. I wrapped the Parajubea down here, Torellii, big one. It was just around $500. I wrapped it with burlap, and it still froze. I thought it made it, but it's toast, man. The burlap didn't cut it. Didn't like -8 degrees Celsius, man. Parajubea Torellii, I know is hardy to around -7 degrees Celsius or so, right? And it was a big one too, and it looks pretty dead to me. I cut all the fronds off of it, and yet the little Phoenix canariensis that I had a bucket over top of it stayed totally green, and but the spear's gone. The center spear's gone, but the fronds are still totally green. I was looking at it yesterday. I was like, the sable looks totally fine. Sable cosserum, totally fine. I was at Grace Point the other day, and I was looking at the sable rosei there. Absolutely flawless. Beautiful. Growing good. Growing really good. Jubea, not so good, man. It's looking like it's taking a turn for the worse. Stay tuned for the video. I got it as a premiere coming on tomorrow. And when I went back to look at the thing, it's like the center spears are looking kind of brown, man. That palm's been in the ground 23 years. 1999, we planted it originally on Salt Spring Island. It's looking like Jurassic Park. Yeah, it's getting kind of jungly out here. No shortage of palm trees, right? No shortage of palms. And you have to plant a lot of palm trees. I always say mass plant the palm trees. Anyway, I was going to say, I'm going to give this lady a plug. We got a really sweet gal staying in our one of our accommodations here. She's moving here. She's coming from, I think, Ontario. And anyway, she wants to move to Salt Spring Island. She's got a little dog, cute little dog. So she's got a YouTube channel called Jennifer Godfrey. And if you go to, I'll just put the name of the channel. And she does she does channeling, or not channeling, a tarot reading, and she's just starting up. And I said, you know what, Jennifer, I will give you a plug, Jennifer Godfrey. So that's the name. That's the name of her YouTube channel. Check it out. And she does tarot reading. And I told her about our secret beach across the street. We got this most amazing beach right across the street from our house. I said, not a lot of people know about it. I says, I tell some of the B&B guests about it. So she's down there. She's down there every day. She sets up her tripod. I guess she's been shooting videos, but she said it's just absolutely gorgeous. So it's white crushed shells, and you're looking at Wallis Island, Galliano Island to the east, and then the Secretary Islands. And to the south of that, you can see a few more little islands out there, and then there's always beautiful boats going by. If you're lucky, you'll see some killer whales. It's very, very nice. Are you guys still? No, I can't move to Costa Rica. Somebody asked me that the other day. People keep asking. So what had happened? So you got a 6-month window to get everything done. Wendy and I got criminal record checks. We had to get fingerprinted. We had to get all this paperwork done and taken to a notary public and stamped. Everything had to be notary public or notarized. And then the last piece of information they needed was our marriage certificate, because Wendy and I got married on Maui. So our marriage certificate wasn't apostolized. And remember, you have a 6-month window to get this all done. We started in October, and beginning of October. So we sent the marriage certificate to Honolulu, and we said to the people in Honolulu, you need to send that marriage certificate back to us once you do the stamp of apostolize on it so we can check it out. And then we send it off to the Costa Rican consulate with the rest of the paperwork. So a month passes. We still don't hear from them. So she phones Honolulu, the marriage place, whatever, where you get the certificates from, vital statistics. And they said, yeah, it's sitting here on the desk. We haven't got to it. It says, well, come on, guys. We've got a 6-month window to get this crap done. And so anyway, another 3 weeks passes. So she phones them because we haven't heard from the consulate. And then the consulate guy says, yeah, they sent it to us. And says, what the F? They're supposed to send it to us, and we sent it to the consulate. So they lost our marriage certificate. And while that happened, then Justin Castro, the criminal crime minister, dictator of our country, brought in mandates. He brought in mandates where people like me that don't have the special medicine couldn't get on a plane and leave the country. So that really effed us up right there. So no, our time ran out, and I actually just ordered another marriage certificate. I actually had to contact Honolulu and order a marriage certificate, but I'm not getting it apostolized. So no, Costa Rica's off. We had big plans. We even had a guy that has storage containers that ships, puts them on the ship. He came to our house. He was here for 2 hours going over everything, how much it's going to cost us for a storage container is about 15 to 20,000 to ship all our stuff to Costa Rica. So we were prepared to do. We sold tons of stuff. I sold my record collection, gave away my concert shirts. I got rid of a lot of stuff, man. We were prepared to go to Costa Rica, and guess what? Fell through. And so no Costa Rica. And then the idiot running the country brought in mandates. So we couldn't travel within the country. We couldn't travel out of the country. I couldn't travel by plane. We couldn't even leave Salt Spring Island by air. That's just so freaking messed up. And yet I end up getting the Chinese flu and Wendy by a two triple jab people, man. I was absolutely livid laying on that couch. You have no idea. My Italian blood was boiling through the top of my head. If I got the Chinese flu from somebody that wasn't jabbed, I really wouldn't give a crap. But because these people could travel freely and they didn't have to get tested, and then they gave it to people in the class, and Wendy brought it home to me, I just say it like it is. I don't really care. So no, we're not going to Costa Rica. James Palms, I watched your video on the robust and filibuster seeds. Cool. You got to like that. Starting seeds is lots of fun. I do have some coming up in the greenhouse right now. I have Trachycarpus fortunae. No, Trachycarpus wagnerianus cross fortunae. And then I have, what else do I have there? A bunch of fortunae. A guy gave me a huge 5-gallon bucket full of fortunae seeds. And I also have a bunch hanging in the basement too. I've been selling a lot, and I got a few stalks left. And if I don't sell those, they get spread in the back of the property in the back 40. So anyway, looks like I'm here to stay on beautiful Salt Spring Island, and that's fine. We can grow our palm trees here, and we do actually have a pretty wild garden here. The garden is, people come here to our B&B to enjoy the garden, right? So you would never know we ever had winter here. Trust me, it looks exactly the same as it does before winter. We have so many plants in our garden. The very few plants that did get nuked in the December cold, we're not that big, so you don't notice anything. Gone. We'll try and grow some pop. We have pawpaw, yeah. We have pawpaw here for sure. We have one down in the lower garden. James, don't give up so easy, guys. You should try it. Yeah. It'd be nice to be down there, but now now Wendy's thinking, is the grass always greener on the other side? And she does actually have two really good businesses here, like we have two accommodations here, and she's full up, right? I mean, this one girl's staying here for a week. She's from Ontario, and then we got the other accommodation too. And then Wendy works. I'm retired, but I do get a government pension. But I'm gonna start another job. Back of my legs are still really sore from working at that freaking pot farm. I was wearing these knee pads and they really cut into the back of my legs. So my muscles, I think, are kind of bruised. So I'm waiting till that goes away. And then I'm going to chuck in a resume at the grocery store a couple days a week, get 30% off groceries, which is good. Just go to Sarasota. It's full of Canadians. Yes, lots of them. And everything's normal down there too. They didn't buy into the bull crap. I like Texas too. I like to be in an open carry state. I really would. I like to be in Tennessee or Texas, open carry. I would pack, man. I would definitely pack a Glock. I pack a nightstick with me wherever I go. But like, one of those telescopic batons, I got a small one, like about this big. I mean, these guys here that carry dagger knives. There's guys around on our island that always have big dagger knives attached to them. I say, I don't want a knife. I want a telescopic baton. Because if somebody pulls a knife on me, I'm going to pull out the telescopic baton and use it, right? So hopefully it never comes down to that, but I always carry a telescopic baton. If I lived in Texas, I would definitely open carry. I love those states. I have several. Right on. Yeah, I have. I'm put it this way. I have them too, but not these ones. I have my PAL. I do have my possession acquisition license, so I'm legal, right? I'm totally legal. I got a really nice Churchill 612 pump action. And then I got a Ruger, nice scope on it, Vortex scope. You can see a hummingbird on top of that tree with that scope. Not that I'm going to shoot a hummingbird, but it works really good at the Rod and Gun Club, right? And for the shotgun, I got slugs, and then I got buckshot, 9-pellet buckshot, and I got some good slugs, 2.5-inch shells. I like those shells. I like those states too. Those are the states for me. Florida. I've been to Florida. I've been to Florida once. I was in Miami. I stayed at the Hyatt Regency Hotel right in Miami. And it was February 1996. I was there. My ex and I. Wendy's never been. Wendy's been all over the states. Wendy lived in the U.S. Wendy lived in North Dakota when she was a kid, right? Yeah. So got to have your PAL. Sometimes it's good to be locked and loaded. But the Rod and Gun Club is a fun place to go target shooting. I really enjoyed it. It's and then that's where I actually took my course, and then I had. Then I took another course with one of the cops here. I hear the neighbor on the neighboring street calling his dogs. Yeah, you love Florida. You need to live in Florida. You like that heat and humidity. And no, I like it too. Lots of palm trees in Florida. Florida's a good place. Good state to be in. Like I say, they didn't buy into the crap. The problem with Hawaii, and I love Hawaii, they did buy into the crap. And I was watching a video of Hawaii the other day, and everybody's wearing face diapers. I don't do face diapers. No. Even when the mandates were on here, I don't wear face diapers. I walk into the store one day. Guy hands me a mask at the counter. He says, "Hey, Joe, you better put this on." I said, "I'm not putting that on." "Oh, you better put this on." I says, "I ain't putting that on. I don't wear them." He says, "Well, I'm not serving you." Well, so he goes, and he's not serving you either. I know everybody in the store, right? I says, "Yeah, that's nice." So he calls, gets on the megaphone there. "Hey, can you come over here and help Joe with the express checkout?" It's like, I wanted to tell the guy to go F himself. I was pretty close to it. So I don't even shop there anymore. I go to the other grocery store. I was actually pretty choked. I don't wear a mask. I'm mask exempt. I don't wear them. Can't breathe in those stupid things. The audio is glitching out bad. Is it really? How's the audio here? It doesn't say anything that's glitching. Usually, if this is starting to glitch, it tells me right across the top of the screen, bad connection. So right now, I just want to make sure. Hang on. It's going to make sure the door's open to the living room because the modem is down there. But also, we do have a guest, and the guest could be on the internet, right? It could be at your end. So I was a member of yeah, it's cool being a member of the gun club. There's nothing wrong. Okay, so you get Justin Castro banning all the handguns. Criminals will always get handguns. He thinks he's doing Canada a favor, this complete douche, right? He's a complete douche and he's a liar and he's an actor. He's an actor. So wherever he goes, he never wears a mask. He goes out of the country, he's not wearing a face diaper. The minute he gets back to Canada, he's got a face diaper on. Wouldn't you just love to kick that guy in the teeth? I really would. Hang on for a sec. I know what I needed. I needed some crackers. Anyway, I made sure the door was open just so the signal can get through easier to the living room, right? So that the sliding door between the kitchen and the living room is closed. I think it kind of blocks out the signal. Oh, I'd love to beat him, man. You know what gets me kicked off of Facebook? Like I said, I just put something on my Banana Joe like page, and it might get me kicked off of Facebook again, right? And I really don't give a rat's. I say it like it is. I just say it like it is, and I call out BS. And Justin Castro, he's a dictator, and I can't understand that there's people that actually like that guy. What he is doing to this country is absolutely terrible. Tamara Lynch, she was at a photo shoot somewhere, and because of the photo shoot, who she was with, they threw her back in jail. These are people fighting for our freedom, man. And then there was the Freedom Convoy in Ottawa. I watched the whole thing. Finish every day on the line. Most peaceful Mussolini. That's what they got to do. Yeah, he is a joke, man. Oh yeah, I get along good. Definitely. And I just can't believe we got to put up 3 more years of that moron. And then that Singh guy, they've amalgamated. You got NDP, and then you got Liberals. They've all kind of joined together without even asking us. They just did it. You got Freeland in there. You got that little minion with the spectacles, that health minister. I like to boot him in the head too. I don't know, man. I'm really, like, I've never been much into politics, but I'm really annoyed with what's going on with the country, man. And now they want to bring in Bill C-11. And they want to censor the internet. So you're not going to see people like me talking about this stuff or any of the other guys talking about stuff. They want you only to watch CBC, CTV, Global, the news, the mainstream news that the government's bought out. It's like being in a communist country, man. And I'm done. I really respect the U.S. and I respect the Second Amendment. I like my American friends. And right now I can totally relate to living in Texas. My oldest son lived in Texas. He lived in Weslaco, Texas, and he married a Texan. So she was born and raised in Texas, never been to Canada before. So my oldest son's 31, and Ryan went down there, and he lived down there, and he married her, and then he wanted to come back to Canada because he got sick of Texas. He actually got sick of Texas. He didn't like the heat. He says it was just too hot. So, and I loved it. I would do Skyping with him. Remember when people used to Skype? And we were Skyping, and he'd go to the shopping mall, and there's Washingtonia palms everywhere. His street that he was at was lined with palm trees because Weslaco, Texas is west of Brownsville and really close to the Mexican border. It's way down there, way down there. And because they go to South Padre or South Padre Island, San Padre Island, I guess, off of Brownsville. They go there for vacation. So anyway, he went through the whole immigration process, and he had an immigration lawyer, and he brought her to Canada. I remember picking him up at the airport, and she's still living here. She actually works in a cannabis store in Victoria. She still lives here. They're not together anymore. They did get married down there, but she lives here, and he's with another girl. He's with another girl for quite a long time now, and he lives on the Big Island. But she was a nice girl, and her family still lives down there. Her sister's in San Antonio, and I think her mom's maybe in San Antonio too. Gas prices, kick him right in the face. James, that's awesome. Gas prices went down here. I put some gas in my bike the other day. $2.15 a liter for the cheap gas. That's for the cheap grade of gas, okay? The high grade of gas is a bit more. So I think there's about 3.75 liters per gallon Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's just under 4 liters of gas make a gallon. So it's around $8 a gallon. It's pretty expensive, $8 a gallon. So I've been riding my motorbike a lot. I was just out in the garage. I was just touching up the tank, my motorcycle. Look at that, eh? Honolulu Harley Davidson. So anyways, just touching up the tank because on my leather jacket, this old dude, this biker guy, gave me a Harley, really cool Harley wings. But when the zipper's down on the jacket and I sit on my bike, sometimes it hits my tank. And I look down at my tank and I got a custom paint job on my bike. And it's like, there's some chips taken out of it. So I went to Home Hardware today and I bought some blue paint, as close as I could find to match the paint there. Just like they're tiny little chips, but I noticed them. And I just took a match tip and I just dipped it in the paint and I just kind of filled up the little chips. And then I just wiped it off with a Kleenex. And I'm just going to hit it with some polish after this live stream and it should be good to go. So I don't really see the chips anymore. But gas prices are a complete ripoff. How are they where you are in Tennessee or in Kentucky? Probably cheaper. I really wish I had dual citizenship. I really wish I could move to the States right now. $1.80 a liter. So it's still cheap for me. $1.80. Oh, is that pound? Or euro? That's pound. So yeah, we're $2.15. I put $10 in my bike and it filled it up. I put $10 in because it was already kind of full, like half full. It cost $8.35 to fill it from half to full. Like it was $8.35. So to fill up my bike is about $16 to fill up the tank. Mm-hmm. Time to move to Kentucky. $4.89 a gallon. Well, we're just about double that here on Salt Spring. Everything on Salt Spring Island is super expensive. And it's because we're on an island. You got to remember, I live on an island, and the only way to get to this island is by boat. So they said all the ferries are full up this weekend. We got Canada Day coming up on Friday. Our friend Phil just stayed here. He just left today. And he was lucky. So he's got a bicycle. He rides his e-bike over, goes on the boat. And so he wanted to make a reservation because you need a reservation to get off and on our island, right? Like to go to the mainland because it's far. And they said, no, sorry, everything's full up. You're not going to get off the island. But then somebody canceled. And just then the guy goes, oh, you're in luck. I see on the computer somebody canceled. So he actually got on. So he took off. He left. And it's a 3-hour boat ride back. So. Well, think about it, James. British Columbia is 2.5 times bigger than the state of Texas. There's a big distance. And you think British Columbia is big, go to Ontario. It probably takes like 3 days to drive through Ontario. Ontario's freaking massive. Okay? Same with Quebec. Ontario's huge. Quebec is massive and Ontario's massive too. Right? So to get off on our island, if you want to go to Vancouver Island, there's 2 ferries that'll take you there. There's one, like I say, around the corner from us, which is Vesuvius Bay to Crofton. 20 minutes. Doesn't cost anything, but it costs money to come back. But I have a ferry card because I got an island. I live on the island, so I got a special ferry card, and it saves me money. When you're 65 or older, a couple of days a week, you can ride the ferry for free as a passenger, but you still got to pay for a car. Fulford Harbor on the very south end of Salt Spring Island, just by the Hawaiian Church. That goes to Victoria. That's a 30-minute ferry ride. I don't go to that one much. Even when we get our dog groomed every 6 weeks in Victoria, we will go Vesuvius to Crofton, and then we'll drive down the island. We just like to drive better. I don't like driving to the south end of Salt Spring Island much. I don't know why. It's different down there. No. I never get seasick. No, not on the ferry. Oh, I have felt kind of queasy when it was really stormy out there, like a couple of times. And I've ridden the ferry hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. I've been riding the ferry since I've been a little baby. Okay. Since like just after birth. And because mom and dad always had property up on the Sunshine Coast too. And the only way up there is by ferry. But there's been a couple of times where it's been You know, the boats going up and down, and they actually put the barf bags on top of the garbage cans. And there are people tossing their cookies. You do see a few green people on the boat that aren't used to it. But yeah, my stomach a couple of times did feel a little uneasy, but not enough to make me toss my cookies. You know, and you just wanted to get off the boat. You just wanted it to dock. And the funny thing is, the waters here and around the southern Gulf Islands are very calm. And the minute you get out beyond the southern Gulf Islands, it just changes. It's crazy. I've seen huge waves splashing against the boat. And then you get into the Gulf Islands, like, calm. It's just so sheltered in here. I know for a fact 2.5 days from Port Dover, Ontario. Wow. Mm-hmm. That's a long drive. It's a big province. That is a big province, Ontario. People do not realize how big Canada is. So it's the second largest landmass in the world, right, on the planet. But you got to remember, most of the people probably live near the U.S. border. There's probably not a lot of people that live in the north, right? If you look, I guess if you went into space and then you did a satellite picture of like, oh, where all the lights are, you know, when all the lights are on at night, I bet you most of them are just down by the border. And I mean, that's why I live here. I don't know. I don't think I could live way up north, man. I don't like cold. You know, thank God the cold here doesn't last long, but we had a week of really cold weather in December. We just don't get the cold wind here. Thank God we get zero cold wind. So you go outside and it's cold and it's calm. It's not so bad. But on the mainland, it's so different, man. It's like you get blown away out there. You get blown away, not so much in Vancouver, but southeast of Vancouver. It's just absolutely brutal. Your face freezes in the cold. I lived out there. I know. I couldn't even. There were some winters I couldn't really talk properly because I'd be outside and my mouth was frozen. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to give this. I'm going to give Jennifer. Check out her channel. That's what you got to punch in right there. Check out that channel. And she's staying here from Ontario, but she wants to move, and that's her YouTube channel. A really nice girl. I carved her a tiki today, and I said I'll give you a plug, and hopefully she's up to 40 subscribers now, which is a start. She was at 37, so Gulf Island Rock subscribed. I subscribed with this channel, and I subscribed with Jungle Josie Video Gates. So she went from 37 to 40. So I can get her a few more subs. Very, very nice girl, kind of into the nature. She's liking the island. She's really liking this island. So I think this is her calling. This is a place she needs to be. Rhodos are easy to move. Small root balls. Big ones you can cut back. You can cut them way back. Rhodos. They bud out everywhere, right? But dry summer month, probably not the best time to move them. I'd probably more apt to be moving them in the fall. But if you're going to move it now, prepare a hole somewhere else. You know, put some good acidic soil in there. And make sure you water it well. That's the key. Keep it watered well. That is the trick. Easy to move. I get some more of those crackers. Those are good. Garlic. Right back. See, if I eat too many of these things, I'm going to ruin my dinner. We don't want to ruin my dinner. So you could get some statues of certain dinosaurs and put them up there. I could. Like a jungle out here, man. It's so thick. I had to prop up one of our fig trees today. I was down on the lower sun deck. I went down to water the tree for, and it's like big branch from a fig tree was hanging right in front. So I went and got a bungee. And I threw it over the branch, and we have a big bay tree over there, like the cooking bay. I threw it around the branch, and then I pulled it over and I propped it back up. But the front garden there's fatsia branches hanging everywhere. So Wendy said it's too much. I said, I'm not cutting them. So we propped them up with bamboo. Let me go look. Temperature. And the time is 5:35 p.m. Hang on. Actually, it's gone down. It's 20 degrees. Temperature's gone down a little bit, but it's 20 degrees. It feels really nice right now. And it's blue sky, scattered clouds, mostly blue sky. 20 degrees Celsius. It's just right. Temperature's just right. And I transplanted our tomato plants yesterday. Can you see them down there? See those tomato plants? Well, they kind of look like tomato plants. I put them in bigger pots. They're much happy. Got some banana diesel in there. Got some Hawaiian. But yeah, no, very, very nice temperature. I really need it hotter than this. This is good for me. Dinosaur statues. Mm-hmm. How about that? T-Rex. I remember going to the Badlands one time. I took the kids to the Badlands in Drumheller. It was pretty cool in Alberta. We went to the Dinosaur Museum, and it was just absolutely awesome. Tomorrow's going to be warmer. Today was a little cooler, but perfectly fine. I was hoping we get some rain. We never did. It kind of sucks. I was hoping we get some downpour. There were some black clouds coming in yesterday. Some places in Salt Spring got poured on. There's puddles, but nothing up here. Chilies, no. Red hot chili peppers. No, I don't grow chilies. Lots of potatoes, garlic, kale. There's some rhubarb down in the garden. The beets looked really crappy. I don't think maybe the slugs ate them, but no chilies. But you know, we do actually have a self-seeded tomato that came up in one of those weird trees, and they're kind of like a U, but they're not a U. Wendy's got two of them by the door over there. I'll flip this around. I don't know what they are. They're in those pots. And there's a tomato coming up beside it. I'll show you. Let's go over there if you can see it. This here is self-seeded. I don't remember ever planting a tomato in here. So I don't know if a seed dropped in there or what, but there's a self-seeded tomato plant, which is doing actually quite well. It's funny. Some of those self-seeded tomatoes do very well with little or no fuss, right? I have a huge place for a tea. Yeah, well, we got lots of property here. There's no shortage of space for things, right? Put one down in the forest with the Swampsonii palms. I'll tell you what we have in our garden. We have lots of tikis. Lots of tikis because we have the Hawaii theme going on here. Wendy runs, like I said, 2 accommodations, and they are the one's Hawaiian themed. I mean, there's palm trees all over our property, but the other one's called Arbutus Blossom. Maybe not so much Hawaiian themed, but it does have palm trees up in the gardens. I love it because when it gets really hot down here, we go to the other accommodation. We sit in the garden up there. It's quite far from here, and it's about 200. It's probably about 200 feet away from me, and we sit up there. It's just absolutely beautiful under these huge arbutus trees. And then, yeah, the garden in there is just absolutely gorgeous. It's very low maintenance, but there's lots of palms. There's a big palm outside the fence, and lots of arbutus trees around it. So she calls it Arbutus Blossom. I'm looking at the top of the bay tree from here. It's taller than a 2-story house. It's quite big. I don't know if any of you guys grow bay trees. They're useful. Laurus nobilis, Mediterranean plant, broadleaf evergreen, BLE. You can use the leaves, if you don't know what bay is, you can take the leaves off and put them in your stew. You can put them in your pasta. You don't eat the leaves. That just gives a nice flavor, right? So try growing a bay tree. Bay are beautiful. They actually naturalize here. I don't know if you can see it. Over the house, there, the tree closest to the house in the far corner of the house is a bay tree sticking up, and it's way down the side of a slope too. It's actually pretty big. Yes, grate and stew. How about rabbit stew? Rabbit stew is real good. So grate and rabbit stew. Have you had rabbit stew? I bet you have. I love rabbit stew. I have not had rabbit in a long time. I am in the mood for a rabbit. We have a lot of rabbits here. Lots of rabbits. There. Yeah, and good. You know, I put it in my pasta sauce too. It is actually really good in pasta. I hope you guys are having good weather too. I mean, it's about bloody time. Our spring has been crappy and cold, which is not good for the people, but it's very good for the island and very good for the garden. So good for the aquifers and good for people like me that have, you know, Wendy and I have a big garden. So when it rains, we don't have to water. And so it saved us a lot of watering, but I've never seen it. Well, no, I have. In 2008, it was cold. I don't remember being so wet. I just remember it being cold. This was a wetter than usual spring. And yeah, not a good spring. So a lot of people were complaining about it. People that just are sun seekers complained about it. Me, I like to see a nice lush garden, and this spring just did it, man. You can see a cordyline beside me here. I'll show you. This one, this cordyline survived the winter. Right here. Go figure. So, and that's the thing that kind of boggles my mind. We have the big cordylines that froze down, and you got this dinky little cordyline growing in a stump that survived, right? Super windy. The El Nino effect, yeah, or La Nina. Super windy in Alberta, decent high temps, nothing like last year. Yeah, super windy. Yeah, we don't, I mean, once in a while we'll get a windstorm come through here, but not often. Next week here looks like this week, sun clouds, low 20s. That's all right. 20s is good, man. It's about 20 degrees here right now. I'll take this, man. Some clouds coming in. See them up there? No rain clouds, though. Tomorrow's supposed to be just awesome. So I'm going to take my camera and I'm going to head into town and I'm going to do a video of the cordylines I chopped back in front of the wellness center. And we're going to see how good they're sprouting back. Mason, what's the temperature in Alberta? I'm guessing it's in the 20s. And dry. You guys don't have the humidity. We don't have the humidity either. Believe it or not, dry here when we get the heat. And, you know, living on an island, you figure it would be very humid. It's dry. The air is dry. And then there's no bugs. You notice I'm not slapping myself. There's no bugs here to bother you. You can sit out here. There's no mosquitoes to bother you. There's no wasp bothering me. There's no CMs. There's no horse flies. There's nothing here to bother you. It's very nice sitting out here, not to get pestered by insects. 24. Next week, temps 25, 28. Every day, hot. It's hot in England. I didn't look at our forecast for next week. I'm afraid to. As long as it's dry and I can go for a motorbike ride. I like riding my motorbike. Today I didn't take it for a ride. Motorbike ride. I love motorbike riding. 1 to 2 days of rain a week. Good. No, it's good. I wish we had rain 2 days a week here at least. I think that'd be awesome. You know, I wouldn't have to water the garden if there was rain 2 days a week. And I'll tell you the thing, when you're living on an island covered in coniferous trees, right? It's evergreen trees like that, Douglas fir, cedar, western hemlock, balsam fir, and you worry about forest fires. That's my main concern here in the summer months. I get really freaked out about forest fires. So I actually sometimes dread summer. I really do. Like, I love spring, and I know the nice weather is awesome and everything, but I always dread how dry it gets here and how scary it is for being a fire hazard. And all it takes is one careless moron to throw a cigarette butt out the window when he's driving down the road, and then it gets into the dry grass on the side of the road. And it's happened close to our house. God, years ago, probably 20 years ago. Neighbor was coming home from work. She worked night shift at the hospital. And the side of the road was on fire. Somebody had thrown a cigarette butt out the window, I guess, earlier, and it probably sat there and smoldered in the grass. Boom. and it was just getting into the big trees. And I swear to God, like right near our house here. So the fire department came and put it out. She called them, and then it flared up again in the morning. So, what's the worst forest fire on the island would have been? There was a big one I remember in 1981 on the side of Mount Maxwell. There was, while I've lived here, there has been about a 5 acre fire up on one of our hills, about 9 kilometers southwest of here. Campers again, hikers started the fire, idiots, and the helicopter had to come, and they have a bucket that picks up the water. So I was at my buddy's place, and the helicopter was taking the water out of his pond. I was standing right there. I talked to the helicopter guy who helped him take one of his doors off. He wanted one of his doors off, and so they put that one out. And then in 1981, on the side of Mount Maxwell, that mountain is just around 2,000, just under 2,000 foot. There was a fire on the side of the mountain, and it burnt up quite a few acres. So those would have been the biggest ones here. And then I remember one on Galliano. I could see the smoke from a neighboring island caused by hikers again, and I think it burnt up about 10 acres on Galliano. But the biggest one in recent times would have been back in the early 1960s. I think 1961 on the South End Mountains, and it burnt up like hundreds of acres, right? And then in the 1930s, there was a massive fire that burnt up a lot of the North End. Yeah. Today we had a bit of drizzle in London, but hardly. Grass doesn't get watered. Oh man, yeah. I rather just pour rain than drizzle. I want some good. If it's going to rain here, I want it to pour down with rain and soak everything down, so I do not have to water. So I'm going to be dry. I just finished dragging around the hose, and after that, I go. I should just do a live stream. So I'm doing a live stream here, so we can interact. And sorry if I get freaking ranting about the government and stuff. I shouldn't talk about that stuff, but you can talk about anything you want here if you want to. And and I've never been into politics. I'm not into politics, and I'm not into religion. But because the country is going down the tubes and we have a dictator running the place, I just can't help but get angry. You know what I mean? I can't believe that some people cannot see through the BS. It's complete BS, right? And I see through it, and I question things. So anyway, may it's best to stick to palms, and my blood pressure won't boil as much. I pray I never ever see Justin Castro in person. I'll tear a strip off of him. Anyway, but on the brighter note, yes, the palm trees are absolutely thriving, especially the Trachycarpus palm trees. The needle palms are happy. And what other palm? Oh, Camarops palms are happy too. As we're in Vancouver, they took a beating. And my buddy that was here from Cloverdale, southeast of Vancouver, he just left today. He says, yeah, there's a lot of dead palms out in the Fraser Valley. It's pretty sad. It just gets so much colder out there. Windy, really, really windy. Tropical areas have the best rain. They sure do. Yeah, they do. You've got Justin Castro. Yeah, you got Joe Brand. You got Justin Castro's dad running it. I always say I call him Justin Castro. Actually, Fidel Castro is probably his real dad, but Joe Biden, I think that guy's got dementia. That guy's kind of losing it. I feel sorry for you guys too, but I'd still rather be in the States right now. As much as I love Canada, I like the States. And I really would like to be in one of those states, Florida, Tennessee, Montana, although Montana might be too cold for me. But I hear it's beautiful. Montana is supposed to be very beautiful. Big sky country. And I'd like to be in Texas. Texas would be good too. But somewhere that doesn't get tornadoes. I'm not into those wicked storms they get. That's the only drawback. Oh, yeah. Let's go, Biden. Oh, I just don't like him. I'd rather be in the States too, Canada's. Oh, it's expensive here. You have no idea. I mean, our place here is worth a couple mil. It's getting up to worth a couple $1,000,000. And when I bought it 30 years ago, I won't even tell you what I paid for it. It's insane. Taxes here are through the roof. If you live on the ocean side, you're probably paying $10,000 to $12,000 a year land taxes. That's how much the land taxes are across the street from me. Thank God I don't live on the ocean, because if I lived on the ocean, it'd be a lot more money. It's expensive. But I guess I'll never live in the States, because I don't, unless Wendy and I got divorced. Hopefully we don't ever get divorced. Or, she passes away, and hopefully she doesn't pass away. Hopefully she outlives me. And if I married an American chick, then I could move to the States, right? Or I marry a Hawaiian chick. and I moved to Hawaii. Even better. That's where I'd like to live. If I lived in Hawaii, it'd be good. Comedy. I'm moving to Nanaimo in 3 weeks. Oh, cool. 1,500, one bath, one bed. It's expensive. We were just talking about that. Um, Wendy's son pays just under 2G for an apartment in Vancouver. He's up there. It's I think it's just under 2G, a couple hundred less than 2G for an apartment in Vancouver. And it's expensive, even here on Salt Spring Island. And there's not a lot of places to rent here on Salt Spring Island. You know, on Salt Spring Island, there's only about 60 or 61 real estate listings. That's it. A few years ago, I talked to a real estate guy. There's over 500 listings. So supply and demand, because there's very few listings, people want to move to Salt Spring Island. Prices are through the roof. So Wendy and I were to sell this place, I mean, we could live very comfortably somewhere else where we could buy a place cheaper, but do I really want to do that? I mean, we have a well-established garden here. We have acreage. We're on the very quiet north end of the island. We're close to the beach. We're not that far from the lake. It's just so beautiful up here. It really is beautiful. The internet does suck a bit, but that's life. But we're surrounded by forest. Don't have any neighbors. Just surrounded by forest. There's no neighbors across the street. It's just peace and quiet. You hear owls. You hear lots of birds here, and you don't see anybody. I mean, you can walk around here with no clothes on. Nobody's going to bother you, right? It's great. I do it. You could get a big chunk of change. Yeah, no, I could. But you know what? I do like this place a lot. But I said to Wendy, in a few more years, maybe we should. She really likes Ladysmith. Ladysmith's expensive too, but it's more expensive here. I like Port Renfrew. I like it where there's even less people, but she says it's too remote over there. Tofino's too expensive. Couldn't really afford any. I mean, if you sold this for, say, this place, she figures 1.8 million. So you sell this place for 1.8 million, and then you move to Tofino and you downsize. I mean, I love Tofino, but I think I'd prefer to go to Ucluelet, which is just south, and it's cheaper. Ucluelet, but it's still expensive, right? The rate, yeah. You know what? Our property value went up this year, 345,000. Our assessment went up 345,000. That's stupid, because now my land taxes are gone up. That's not fair. Okay, so I'm a guy on a pension now, and that's what happens to people. They actually tax them. They'll tax pensioners right out of their home. People can't afford it. I heard Justin Castro's taxing people more now too, right? He's raised up some other tax. He's such a criminal, that guy. He's just a criminal. I can't even stand looking at his ugly face with his mask on. He's such a jerk, man. So prices here are very expensive. Rent, there's hardly anything here to rent. So Wendy's daughter is very fortunate. She rents from us. Okay, so Wendy rents a room to her daughter, and Krista lives with us. And we like having Krista here. She's awesome. It's a good cook too. Because there's no real other places to rent. So Wendy gives her a deal on the rent. So Wendy's daughter rents from us, and we have a pretty good sized house here. And like I say, there's 2 accommodations. So Wendy does have a business here. This is a income earner. So when we sell this place, whoever gets this place can earn an income, which is a really good thing. Ours went over 100K just, yeah, 100,000. I know, that's nuts. So it's expensive in the States too. It's expensive all over the place. It's stupid, man. I bought this place for just about half of that, 345,000. It's not unreal. Just about half. It was about half of that. Crazy. That's how prices have gone up. But it's inflation. Cost of living has gone up. Food's expensive. I mean, if gas goes up, then food goes up, right? And I noticed that in the grocery stores. It's like, look at the price of this stuff, man. It's just absolutely insane in the membrane. It's so expensive. So, and interest rates are going up. So it's going to be tough for first-time home buyers to get into the market. I feel sorry for younger people. So I bought my first house when I was 22 years old in 1986. I got married in 1986. I got married in the summer of 1986 to my first wife, beautiful lady. We were married for 26 years and 2 months. And we're still good friends, and she's friends with Wendy. She lives over in Chemainus on the Big Island. We got married in Hawaii. And when we came back from Hawaii, we had a place to live because I'd bought a house. I'd saved up when I was younger. I saved up enough money to buy a house. So when I was 22, we got a house and 5 acres, and we moved into it. So it was good. We had a really good garden, a good exotic garden there too. Really good. Lots of palm trees, lots of yuccas, eucalyptus trees, everything under the sun we grew there too. But winters were too cold, so it definitely weed out the wimpy plants. That's for sure. There's way more winter kill at my last location. There's very little winter kill here. Yeah, going up 100,000 is too much. 345,000 is absolutely stupid because really we were planning on moving to Costa Rica. And the thing is, if you move to Costa Rica, so you sell this place for a pretty penny, you buy a place in Costa Rica for 400,000 US, and you bank a lot of money, right? A cheap house in this part of central London will set you back 15 million, 23 million. See, that's expensive. The most expensive house on our island right now, I think, is about 25 million, something like that. It's up there, but it's not for sale. But I know the house. It's massive. It's 15,000 square foot. The guy's totally rich. He's an American dude. Built the house years ago. It's a mansion. It's right on the water, right on Scott Point. But yeah, you have to be rich to be buying a place in London, right? You got to be like Elton John. Elton John, that's pocket change to him. Paul McCartney, pocket change. Pull out that 23 million. I don't know if I'd want to live in London though. It's too busy. I couldn't live in a big city. I know there's some people that only can live in cities and they probably wouldn't like to live here out in the rural. People come here to get away from the noise of the city. So that's why they come to our accommodation. So the girl that's staying with us now, she likes peace and quiet, and she's getting lots of peace and quiet here. And she said she goes down to the beach, she sets up her tripod, and she's shooting YouTube videos down on the beach. So check out her channel. I gave her a plug, and you'll probably see what our beach. Well, I do have videos of our beach, but you'll probably see some of our beach in her videos. I've got some crazy information if you'd like to hear it. Probably one of those things. Yeah, go for it, man. I want to hear some crazy information. I'm open to hearing everything. In the EU, you can live where you like. Of course, Britain left, so just oh, right, yeah, that's right. Because the other countries. So if you want to live, if you're, and I don't think Swiss is part of it. Switzerland's not part of it either. But if you're in Germany and you want to live in Italy, I think you can just move there. I wish they had that with Canada and the U.S. I think a lot of Canadians would leave, man. I'd leave. If I could easily go to the U.S., then I would go to the U.S. I would live in, well, Arizona's nice. I like California, but I think I'd go to northern coastal California. I'd go, and it rains a lot there, but I'd go to Eureka or somewhere there, or Brookings, Oregon. I like Brookings, Oregon, and Florence, Oregon. I love the Oregon coast. I don't necessarily have to live in the tropics, but I'd like to live somewhere where, yeah, I could grow date palms. And Tennessee too. There's Dallas. Speaking of Tennessee, I could live in Tennessee too, but I think the heat would kill me. I think that the heat, that not maybe not so much the heat, but the humidity and heat combination, because I know it gets brutally hot and humid in Tennessee. Because I have had friends that have gone down there and they said it is stinking hot and humid, right? And the humidity kills me. Southern France or Italy would be awesome. Yeah, that's where my relatives live, in southern Italy, way down in the south in Ardora, Reggio Claudia. Yeah, so see, I'm not sweating, Dallas. It is about 70 degrees here, 70, and dry. See, very dry. You don't get the humidity here. Anyway, good to have you in there, Dallas. Plenty of I'd like to be. Wales is a nice place too. Wales is supposed to be absolutely beautiful. They might do away with property taxes altogether, and things might go back. Really? No way. In the States? I hope they do in Canada. No property taxes. Oh, I can't see Justin Castro doing that. The dictator of our country. I got the day off. Oh, God, nice. I can't really talk skip right now because my radio room is just above one of our accommodations, and if I talk skip, I'm kind of loud, and it'll probably annoy the accommodation guests, and then Wendy will get a bad rating. And Wendy just got she got a 10 from the last guest to stay here, so she likes to keep the ratings up high. If I'm shooting skip, they're going to say, "What's that noise up above us there?" And she'll get a bad rating. One thing leaving the EU, one thing while leaving is that annoys me is ordering palms online. Oh, really? Oh, that's a pain. Also, silver is supposed to skyrocket. Well, that's a good thing. Silver is a good investment. It's always bad to have more. So when you're in Canada, if you have more than $100,000 in the bank and the bank goes out of business, your money's only guaranteed to $100,000. So if you had $2 million in the bank, and I was talking about that today with my buddy, if you have $2 million in the bank, and the bank goes under, say in a recession or a depression, you're only guaranteed 100,000. That's what you get. Even if you have 2 million in the bank, they're only going to give you 100,000. Doesn't that suck? We're going to have to book a vacation. Yeah, you'd love it up here, man. Dallas, you'd like it. We're on booking.com. It's called Magnolia Pedal Accommodation. Magnolia Pedal on Salt Spring Island. You go to booking.com. We also have Arbutus Blossom. Arbutus Blossom is really nice too. It's actually a self-contained cottage with your own little private fenced-in garden and everything. It's quite a ways from our house up on the other corner of the property. But yeah, I know you'd like it up here. Then we have to go to A&W and get one of those Tennessee hot spicy chicken burgers. So I'm at A&W last week and I had the hot spicy Tennessee. They call it the Tennessee hot spicy chicken burger. So I had the Tennessee chicken burger. Oh, it was so good. It was like this deep fried chicken burger. They deep fried the chicken, right? And it was spicy, but not, it's more like a Frank's Red Hot. And so we entered the draw to win a trip to Nashville, Tennessee. So Wendy says, wouldn't that be cool to go to Nashville, Tennessee? So when we get home, she entered the draw. She says, we're in the draw. So next time I go to A&W, because we don't have any fast food here, I'm going to get another one of those Tennessee chicken burgers and I'm going to enter again. Too many taxes. Yeah. That's why I find it actually good to invest in expensive cars. Cryptocurrency as a bank can only give you. Yeah, exactly. In expensive cars or cryptocurrency. Wow. Like collector's cars. I wish I had the money to do that. Being retired now, like I said, had to quit my job because of the mandates. They wanted me to take that jab. They want everybody where I worked in the government job to take that jab because the criminal running our country has forced people to do it. And that's coercion. And I don't buy it and I don't comply to bull crap. So I said, no, I'm going to retire. So if I decided not to retire, I would have lost my pension. That's how criminal this is. So people that decided not to take the jab and not retire, they lost their pension and they got fired. They're gone. They let them go. But now these people are getting their jobs back. So the ferries that take people here, they've canceled so many ferry sailings because so many people that work for the ferries lost their jobs because of the mandates. But because they're so short of staff, people are getting hired back, non-jabbed. Post office, same thing. They're hiring people back. They're going to be hiring people back, the same people that the government fired because of the mandates because they're short of staff. It's just so effed up, man. It is just so criminal. Like I said, I believe in freedom of choice. If you want to go get the jab, go get the jab. There's a hummingbird right there. Right there. Hummingbird's always around here. Lamborghini, wonder stop manufacturing boom. How about a McLaren, man? How about a McLaren? McLaren, those are pretty nice cars. Lamborghinis are pretty cool cars too. Me, I prefer muscle cars. I'm not a sports car guy. I like a muscle car, and I like an American-made car. I had a Nova SS, really nice Nova SS. There's pictures of it posted on my Facebook, and it was a really badass Nova SS, old one, and I had it all balanced and blueprinted. It was just a chunky sounding car, really good in the quarter mile. See, I like race cars that do quarter mile stuff. I'm not so much into the oval track stuff, but they're cool. It'd be fun to drive a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or a Maserati. I mean, Italians make fast cars. Alfa Romeo, they make fast cars, and so do the Brits, right? Man, I made some Chipotle chicken breast. Oh, I'm about to haul out a sourdough. Oh, we bought a big sourdough yesterday at the market. Toasted garlic baked meat. Oh, yeah, I'm a redneck. I like, you know what? I like to try brisket. I'm a total redneck, so we get along good, Dallas. And there's lots of rednecks here on Salt Spring. And yeah, that's awesome. So we were at the market yesterday, Dallas, and my prolific pick with a Bugatti. Oh, Bugatti. Bugattis are super expensive cars too. So you know what? We were at the Tuesday market. We have a farmer's market here in Dallas, and everything has to be made or baked on Salt Spring Island or grown on Salt Spring Island. So the guy that sells bread, they're $20 a loaf, like they're freaking massive loaf, but he'll cut them in half for you. Sourdough. Oh, it's so good. So good. That's what I had for breakfast this morning. Sourdough. We had free range farm fresh eggs and bacon. Oh, back bacon was good. That sounds like a good dinner. Chipotle chicken breast today on the grill. Oh, dude, that sounds good. I like that. I am a meat eater. I'm not a vegetarian. No offense to the vegetarians out there, but I am far from a vegetarian. I eat everything from the 4 food groups. It was a Tracy Morgan's that rated for another 1.8 million. Wow. Brisket. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had brisket before. It looks cute. Oh, okay. So there's a place called the Brazen Fork, and they use a Tennessee. They say it's Tennessee style brisket, and I don't know what Tennessee style brisket is, but that's what they say. They say they have Tennessee barbecue, and it's called the Brazen Fork in Cowichan Bay. And I said, Wendy, next time we're over on the Big Island, we got to go to the Brazen Fork, and I got to try some of that Tennessee style brisket. They have chicken too. They have brisket, and I don't really know what a brisket is. I guess it's a slab of beef, right? Is that what a brisket is? Is it like a roast beef or something? But it sounds good, like brisket. I used to watch the those barbecue guys in Texas. You know you get those shows on TV, and you get these guys who are just so into barbecuing. It would be Texas barbecue. And they do, maybe it was brisket. They had big slabs of beef on there. And these guys are perfectionists when they cook that stuff. And, oh, God, it looks so good. I get so hungry watching these shows. And I don't know what I had for dinner that night, but it wasn't a brisket. Hey, we're talking about brisket. Hey, what is a brisket? Do you know what a brisket is? Chris, did you know what a brisket is?
Mash the beef up.
Yeah, it's kind of
Like
you really cook
Okay, here's okay.
soak it.
Okay,
Right
so
away.
Dallas lives in Tennessee.
You
Brisket is my
marinate
absolute favorite
brisket.
cut of beef.
Very tender.
Look up Cooper's Pit Barbecue in Texas. I go, oh man, Tennessee barbecue or brisket is okay. If you want real Texas brisket, is the front. Oh, really? So it's good. I want to try it. I got to go to the Brazen Fork and try some of that. Yeah, it's they got good ratings. The Brazen Fork, they're actually got a I think they got a Facebook page and they're online too. The Brazen Fork in Cowichan Bay, which is just I go across on the ferry and it's like a 15-minute drive to Cowichan Bay, and you're actually looking at Salt Springs. So it's a roadside brisket stand, and they have barbecue chicken too. But that sounds good. So the chest of a beef cow. So it must be pretty tender. Is it? Would it be like beef? Would it be like beef tenderloin or pork tenderloin? Because I really like pork tenderloin too. Pork tenderloin is so good. It's just like, and I love a really good steak. I like a filet mignon, 18-ounce prime rib. And which one does Wendy like? Wendy loves a good steak. I forget what her favorite cut is. Hey, Wendy, I gotta find out what her favorite cut is. What's your favorite cut of steak? What do you like? New York prime rib? No, sirloin. T-bone. You're T-bone. Yeah, Wendy likes her T-bone. Wendy likes T-bone steak. That's her favorite cut for a steak. But oh man, I'm getting hungry. So tonight for dinner, we're gonna have a good dinner. We got fresh greens from the market yesterday, grown here on Salt Spring Island. We have fresh cod or halibut, and we have prawns. I hope we're doing the prawns tonight. We have prawns because we have fresh prawns here in the ocean, and maybe do some potatoes because I like potatoes. I love potatoes. I guess Dallas likes baked potatoes. You probably like baked potatoes. Tell them not to trim that fat off. If you like good steak, it'll be yeah. Because Wendy says, see, I always trim the fat off. And Wendy says, no, you want marbled. When you get a steak, you want it marbled. You want lots of kind of fat through that steak because it gives it flavor, right? It gives it way better flavor. So, like me, when I eat bacon, I cut the fat off, and Wendy will say, no. So I'll give it. She'll eat it, or I give it some to the dog, right? But so leave the fat on. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Wendy likes a good marbled steak. I'm bad at picking out steaks. I'll go to the store and I'll say, oh, good, 2 steaks for $10. And I'll bring these things home and it's like freaking shoe leather. She goes, Joe, you got to buy a good steak. You get what you pay for. So what Wendy does, I'm bad at picking out steaks. I just like, hey, 2 for $10. That's pretty good. But they taste like freaking, they're tough like shoe leather, right? And so unless you beat them with the meat mallet, but I'm not into that. So when she goes to Costco, she buys like a big roast like this, slab of meat, could be $100, whatever, and then she'll cut steaks out of it. She cuts like about 8 steaks out of that roast, and then she vacuum seals them and put them in the freezer. And we'll have a couple of that night, but that's the cheapest way to do it. You get more bang for your buck. You get that big slab of meat, and you just cut your nice steaks out of there. And we got 2 barbecues here, barbecue. And that's where the flavor is. Yeah, you're right. Japanese steaks are good too. Yeah, Cal, those are the ones. There's these beef cows they have in Japan, and they massage these things by hand, and it's super expensive beef. It's supposed to be really good, like probably like eating veal. And I know a lot of people don't want to eat veal because they're little baby calves and they're not kept right. I've eaten veal before, and it's pretty darn good, right? I mean, I don't necessarily agree with the way they're raised, but I sure like veal. It's just like I probably couldn't kill a rabbit, but I've eaten lots of rabbit. It's yummy. I'll eat anything. I'll eat it. If it's food and it's edible, I'll eat it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to try the brazen fork. I want to try that. Want to try that brisket, and I'm definitely going to get another Tennessee spicy chicken burger because so what? Like I say, it's very moist chicken. I don't know if you have A&W in Tennessee, but they take that chicken and then they deep fry it for a bit, so it's crunchy. It's like oh god, heaven. My favorite is ribeye. Oh, ribeye is good too. You literally have to try this medium heat. So flip it a few times, salt and pepper. Okay, so you like it medium. Do you like it blue rare then? You're kind of blue rare. They sell them at Harold's in London. It's nice steaks. Oh, I bet, Cal. I bet. Yeah, like the wagyu. Is that what it is? Yeah, like the is that what it is? Logan, wagyu. Medium well. I like it medium. And blue rare, I've eaten them blue rare. I mean, I could, but blue rare, nah. I'd rather have it just medium. I don't like it overcooked. The worst is an overcooked steak. You want some, when you put your knife in, you want a little bit of blood to come out, right? But when nothing comes out, it's like tuna. So I don't know if you guys have ever eaten tuna before. I love tuna, and we get it off the tuna boats here. The Pacific Prowler. We got tuna boats in our harbor here, and every year they go out and they do the tuna fishing off our coast here. And you can get. I'll buy whole tunas. They're flash frozen, so they catch them, they throw them into the flash freezer, and they flash freeze them. You got to freaking cut those things with the sawzall. And when you cook tuna steak, so you cut steaks out of them, you just basically you put it in the hot pan in the cast iron because Wendy cast iron cooks, just like that. You just flip it over, and they're done. It's like when you're cooking crab here because we go crabbing, we catch nice crabs here. Uh, about 8 minutes, steam them 8 minutes, you're good. Prawns, same thing, about 8 minutes maybe, something like that. It's pretty quick. We got the spotted prawns here. I don't know if we have the side stripe. We have spotted prawns here, big prawns, and prawns are really good with garlic butter. Melt some butter and put some garlic with it, and then you dip them. You dip them in there. It's like oh, I don't know if you guys like seafood. I like oysters, clams. Our beaches have lots of clams, oysters, mussels. There's gooey ducks out there. We have scallops. We have razor clams, butter clams, Dungeness crab, rock crab, and lots of fish out here. If you like seafood, we have lots of seafood around us. I mean, like seriously, we literally can go across the street to the beach and chuck the crab trap in, and you just hang out on the beach for a little bit, and then you pull it in. And you're going to get some crabs, right? And yeah, you don't have to cook them very long, and just get yourself a nutcracker. I mean, yeah, it's a little tedious work eating crab, but you can. I don't even put them in butter. I just eat them the way they are. Salmon is good. Lemon, yeah. So Logan, what I do with salmon is we were out salmon fishing last August. We caught two nice fresh pinks just off the south end of Saturna, right by Washington State, right by the San Juans. We're up by south end of Salzburg, and we got those salmon home right out of the boat, gutted them, and put lots of stuff in them like garlic and lemon and whatever other spices and herbs and dill. Wrapped it in tin foil, put it in the barbecue, and oh god, they were so good, so good. Medium rare is my favorite, but when I find the steak, you have to be high quality. Yeah, you want high quality steak. That's why I let Wendy buy the steaks because I buy crappy steak. The steak I buy is good for making beef jerky, maybe beating with a meat mallet, uh, possibly stir fry. So yeah, like I say, you get what you pay for, right? That's it. Blue rare, medium, yeah, blue rare. Some people like it blue rare. They do like it blue rare, where it's basically still alive when you stick your knife or fork into it, jumps off your plate, right? Yeah, that's a little too raw for me. But when you eat tuna, uh, tuna's pretty much raw in the middle, right? And I've had overcooked tuna, and it's not that good. And you get sushi grade tuna, and it's really good. And that stuff has been flash frozen, right? But I'm getting hungry talking about all this food. I'm ready for a brisket. I'm starving. Those crackers did not cut it. I wonder if they want me to. You guys want me to cook anything? Oh, you guys are awesome. Wendy and Krista are cooking. I'm talking about food with you guys, and I'm going to be eating. But I'd love to go to Texas one day and try some of that Texas brisket. And if I make it to Tennessee, maybe if I win that trip, wouldn't that be awesome? I'd love to win a trip to Tennessee. Go to Dollywood, go to Nashville, go to Graceland, go to Graceland Mansion. I'd like to see Graceland. I think that'd be pretty awesome. Their skin is Edible, same with their bacon of the sea taste. Which one is that? Oh, salmon. Oh yeah, no, salmon is good. You can actually make crispy salmon skin too. You can cook it so it's kind of crispy. It's really good. Put a little bit of spices with it, and I've had it. And I never really used to like the skin that much until we tried the crispy salmon skin. It's like, oh, but there's nothing like fresh salmon, right? So right off the boat and right onto the barbecue. And I've done lots of salmon fishing out here and up island and off the west coast. Halibut's my favorite though. I've heard you can make good steaks out of tuna. Oh yeah, tuna's awesome. Gonna enjoy some wife. Okay, you enjoy. Say hi to your wife. Catch you later. Thanks for the live. Thanks for popping in the live stream. And now you made me hungry for some brisket, Dallas. Darn you anyway. And like I say, the next time I'm at A&W, I got to get that Tennessee chicken burger again because that was one of my favorites. They always have these specials. It's a special, so it's not going to last long. So if you have an A&W down there, which you probably do, it started in California. Try the Tennessee chicken. Spicy chicken is like, oh, so yummy, so yummy. I told Wendy to try it, but she don't like spicy. She's not much into spicy stuff, but it's not too spicy. Like I say, Frank's hot sauce. That's about the extent of it. About as hot as that. It's not like ghost peppers or, you know, Carolina Reapers or Thai Dragons. You have A&W, cool. That's our favorite fast food restaurant. I like it way better than Rotten Ronnie's. So there's no fast food on Salt Springs, so it's a treat to us when we go over to Vancouver Island, to the west of us, and the first stop is A&W. And there's a lot of A&Ws over there. So yeah, I like their hamburgers better. They're just more tasty. I mean, the best burgers you make are going to be your own. You're going to make your own best burger because you make your own patties. But for fast food, I think they're not bad. The lettuce is nice and crunchy. Everything tastes fresh. McDonald's seems like it's been sitting around for a long time. I don't know. It doesn't even seem like real meat in those bloody things. Is it real meat? Probably not even real meat. I watched Michael Moore's thing on fast food. I think it was about McDonald's, and the guy just all he ate was McDonald's food. And there was this one guy. He had a McDonald's hamburger in his pocket for a year or something, and it still was fine. It wasn't even rotten. Doesn't that kind of tell you something? Yeah. Anyway, I better go check. I'm just going to come back for a sec and see what these guys are doing. I was talking about food out there. Talking about brisket. Talking about A&W. And talking about steak. Okay. See ya. No, I wanted to say hi. There looks like they're cooking up some good stuff in there. They're cooking up. They got some big salad, and I don't know if I should make potatoes, but the ladies got everything under control. They're doing the cooking. So, anyway, I should roll. I think I've done a good enough live stream here for tonight, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for joining in the live stream. I'm going to go eat some stuff soon. I think I'm just going to have a little hors d'oeuvre, an hors d'oeuvre, right? If you went to Tennessee, if you stayed Bowling Green, oh yeah, I talked to a lady that lives in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Her name is Skeeter. Talked to her on my radio. I got video gates of her on my other channel. The original Netherlands Reds Carnival ride. Cool. One of Michael Jackson's original net. Cool. That's pretty awesome. Bowling Green, Kentucky. She lives in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Yeah, and I talked to her on my two-way radio. You can watch the video gates on my other YouTube channel of me talking to Skeeter. And I've talked to her in my car. And there's one of my antennas on the roof right there. One of my antennas I talked to her on right there. And she comes in so good. She has such a nice sounding station coming in from the Bluegrass State. Skeeter, her name is. You got to like that name, Skeeter. It's a very interesting name. Bowling Green, Kentucky. Very cool name for a town. I like that. Maybe they bowl there. Is there bowling greens there? Probably is. Anyway, I'd like to go to Kentucky too, the Bluegrass State. I'd like to see all the different states in the South. Be kind of fun. One of these days. And right now there's no mandates, but it's just a busy time. Not leave. We were kind of stuck to Salt Spring Island because, like I say, accommodations. It's tourist season. Canada Day is coming up on Friday. It's Canada's birthday. You got your birthday on Monday. What is it? Oh, check this out.
One little chip with guacamole.
This is my appetizer that she brought me. She brought me one crappy little chip
Well, you're out here talking.
with guacamole, but that's nice. I appreciate it.
We're in the kitchen cooking.
Guacamole hanging off it. Corvettes, really? Well, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Wow, awesome. I like the old vets. If I was to get a vet, old vet, if I could afford a vet, I'd love to have another muscle car, but it's hard to afford stuff with the price of everything now. It's just too expensive. And then they want to do away with gas engines. The guy running our country wants to just have electric vehicles. It's like thinks he's saving the planet. Everybody has an electric vehicle. Do you think electricity grows on trees? No, it comes from hydroelectric dams. Anyway, Corvettes are pretty cool cars, especially like I say, the old ones from the 50s and 60s. Those are the ones I like best. 50s and 60s. 64 Vet. The year I was born, a 64 Vet, 327 in it. Man, it's sunny. And dual fours, maybe a big block. Be cool too. Mm. Yeah, the old Stingrays are pretty cool too. Late 60s, early 70s, whatever. Yeah, they're pretty neat. Yeah, I've never had a vet, but I did have a really I had a lot of cars when I was younger. I had a 64 Pontiac two-door custom sport. Had a 73 Nova hatchback two-door. Had a 73 SS, which I had for years. That's the car I had the longest. My muscle car. I only drove it in the summer months. I only licensed it in summer. It was like my motorcycle. My motorbike, my Harley, I only licensed for 3 months, and then I put it away in the garage. So it's just kind of like a fun hobby bike, right? That's what it is. And I enjoyed riding my motorcycle. It's just I ride down to the coffee shop. I mean, I've been off island lots of times with it, but now I just like to just cruise around the island. It's kind of fun. Anyway, guys, I should roll. I think I've been flapping my gums here enough. And you guys have a good evening. What time is it here? 6:22. I've been flapping my gums a lot. And I'm going to go grab a few more crackers and some dip and stuff my face. I can hear them eating chips in there. All right. All right. Take care, you guys. Thanks a million for joining in. And check out my other live streams. If I want to be guest leaves, I will do a live stream on Jungle Josie. It's just I don't want to be making a racket and um, making too much noise for people that are trying to relax. That's not a cool thing when you pay to stay at an accommodation and you got some guy talking on his two-way radio above you. Not good. One quick correction: is 90 degrees okay for? That's pretty hot. That seems pretty hot for yeah. I mean, they may be okay, but I'd never go that high. I'm usually, like 75, 80, something like that. I mean, I guess depends on the seeds. If they're real heat-loving seeds, maybe Roystonia, maybe even Washingtonia. I'm mostly doing tracky seeds. I mean, I've done lots of different seeds. It just seems pretty warm, 90, but I don't think it's going to burn them. I don't think it's going to be hot enough to burn them, so it should be good. Which reminds me, I got to sow some more Fatsia seeds. I pulled a bunch of Fatsia seeds off today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, well, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, Nike, Rapilostylosapita would probably hate that. It really just depends. Sable seeds would probably love it. Sable seeds like heat. Um, but like he says, Nike probably not like it. Yeah, washies can take heat too, man. They're pretty heat tolerant palms. I can have a cracker. Hang on. Look at those palms from here. Well, coming in, ladies. Let's go run it the live stream. How was your walk? That was fast. Did you just get out of the car and turn around?
You have to close these bags. They'll get all
outside left. Hey guys, sorry. They were in there eating guac, and I wanted to get some guacamole, so now I'm going to roll. Sorry about that. Yeah, I got mine up. I no way of fresh. They were. They're fresh seeds will germinate. They will germinate. Wait here. I need to go get some fatsia seeds. I'll show you what fatsia seeds look like. Really? See if they notice. Okay, I gotta find these fatsia seeds. But I will be back. What are you looking at? Which
Soda water.
Phoenix Sylvestris, Naked HD Tinder. Hey, okay, this person in here, we got hey Logan, we got moderator. We got to get rid of this person spamming my channel here. See that person says Naked HD Tinder overpriced. I got moderators. We got to get rid of this guy in here. We got somebody in here spamming my channel, and I hate spammers. So get rid of this goofball. Put in timeout. And put in timeout. And get off my channel, you little scammer spammer. Remove, you frickin' loser. I hate spammers. With a passion. I'd like to wring his neck. You scammer prick. Oh, removed by Logan. Thank you, Logan. Thank you very much, man. Awesome. Got them in a timeout. Oh, thanks, Logan. I appreciate it. Okay, I'll be right back. Hang on. I'm going to go grab some fatsia seeds that I picked in town today, and I'm going to show you how I grow them. Hang on. Okay. I'm going to show you guys what fatsia seeds look like. So these are fatsia seeds. These are fatsia japonica seeds. You can see them. Anyway, I'll hold them up here. So there's some fatsias growing in town. There's lots of fatsias around here. So they're berries. They look like this. And in the berries, those are fatsia japonica berries. And in the berries, there's seeds. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put them into a baggie. So now I got to go grab the baggie. I threw them in the back of my truck. So there's all these bits of stuff in there. What I should do, I should actually put some in one of these pot plants here. And they'd be, oh, I'm going to go grab a baggie and I'm going to show you how I can how to plant them. All right, how to sow seeds. Okay, so where's the baggie? Okay, so here's the baggie, and I have Fatsia seeds in here already. All right. Thanks for timing. I thought mod they could. That's good. I thought mods could only time out. No, mods can give them the boot. I think mods can remove, timeout, and hide. Yes. Well, let's make Cal a mod too. Okay, Cal. You're a moderator. You are now a moderator on this channel. So this is what we're going to do. So I've sowed some in here before. None of them have come up yet. So I'm going to put these other ones in here. Fatsia japonica. Open this bag up. And that's a good Ziploc. I don't see anything sprouting yet. There's actually palm seeds in here too. There's royal palm seeds. Oh, I see something sprouting in there. Son of a gun. I think they are starting to sprout the Fatsia. Okay. They stain your hands, these things. Got a little more stuff up our sleeve. At least the humidity is low during the day. Yeah, it's very low here. Very low. We don't have any of that 91% humidity stuff here. None of that. I don't like high humidity. It kills me, man. Okay, so I think throw that over there. Look what it does to my hands. It's like blackberries. You can eat those things, eh? Look at that. Okay, so they are actually I got Fatsia sprouting in here. Gee, look at that. Nice. What? Okay, hang on. It's hard to see. So there's Fatsia sprouting in here, but I don't know if you can see them, but there's little babies. What are you watching? Oh, Wendy's on the live stream. Oh, Gulf Island. Hold up the seed so we can see.
I know, because you're just looking down and we can't see what you're
A little
doing.
more stuff up, at least. So anyway, they're in the baggie, but they're so small. If I take them out of the baggie, I'm going to end up breaking them. But what I do have in this baggie is, where's that seed? I got Royal Palm, Roystonia regia seeds in here. There's a Fatsia seed right there. Oh, that's exciting. I didn't put them in there that long ago. And they're from the same batch of Fatsia too, in town. So somebody sent me from, I think it was Pennsylvania, YouTube, sent me the Royal Palm seeds. So they're in here as well. And I sowed them on the 30th. Sowed them on the 30th of May. Okay, Gulf Island Rock. There they are right there. Gulf Island Rock. Wendy is on here. Right there. So anyway, you can start Fatsia seeds in the baggie method. You can also start palm seeds in the baggie method. You can start a lot of seeds in the baggie method, right? So Gulf Island Rock. You're a moderator too? What? I didn't know I made Gulf Island Rock a moderator. Son of a gun. How'd you become a moderator? I guess I made you a moderator a while ago. That's interesting. Okay, cool. So anyway, I'm happy to get some more Fatsia growing here because, you can never have enough Fatsia in your garden. And if you live in a cool climate, they are a good plant, or cold climate, they're actually a very good plant to experiment with. And they look very tropical. Fatsia japonica and are one of the most tropical plants you can grow here. Tropical looking, they're not tropical. And it's like, of course, musabaju. The problem with musabaju bananas is they die down in the winter time if it gets too cold. And our bananas took such a kicking this year. I see 2 of them coming up now. And I'm not even going to do anything with them. I'm just leaving them. I'm kind of done with bananas now. At this age, I'm kind of done with all that stuff. Spammers don't stand a chance anymore. Good, good. You know what? I don't like spammers. If they come in here, get rid of them. They're just a bunch of, they're a pain in the butt. It's like, you know what it reminds me of? Telemarketers. Telemarketers, people that phone here early in the morning or late at night trying to sell you crap. Those guys are a pain in the butt too. So those are the spammers. I feel the same way. They're just a pain in the butt. And we don't want that. Wendy and I go to bed early.
It says they delivered my barista coffee grinder.
I saw a, I saw,
Package what?
I saw a lady pull in the driveway today.
So she left it
I
down
saw a lady pull in the front, like in a male lady in the front driveway today. Ask Jennifer. Maybe they delivered it. Anyway, spammers don't stand a chance. Thanks, you guys. I totally appreciate it. Now I got to go wash my hands. Okay, hang on. Now I got to go wash my hands. Yeah, I did see them deliver. Oh, yeah, because I saw a mail lady. Where was it? Where is it? No, I actually thought she was just turning around in her driveway. It wasn't here. It was just a lady. And yeah, I was up in the car. And I saw her down, but I thought she was
right, yeah.
Goes down there. We're ready to grind some coffee beans. Okay, guys. Now I should actually get out of here, and I do appreciate you moderators doing your job. Spammers don't stand. They don't, Logan. You guys kick their butt. And yeah, a lot of them we block when they call here. We'll block their number because, like I say, Wendy and I get up pretty early, but we go to bed early too. So we like when we don't actually like people phoning here after 9 o'clock, and it's not good with the B&B guests because we have B&B guests. When the phone rings, it kind of annoys them too. So yeah, don't call after 9. Is there any way for a Baju to get 10 feet tall? Yep. Oh yeah. They can grow pretty tall in 1 year, one season. Especially if you have a long growing season, man. They grow so fast with the leaves on them. Oh yeah, they grow 10 feet tall. For sure. I don't know how tall mine are going to grow because I'm not watering them. They're 100% neglected. I see one about like this, and I see another one popping up, and I'm just going to just leave them be. I'm not even going to do anything. I don't even think I'm going to water them. I'm just going to let them do their thing. I'm kind of like, I've been growing bananas since 1989, and you know, I'm almost kind of bored of bananas. I'm actually bored of them. I have to change my name. No more Banana Joe. What will I call it? Trachycarpus Joe. So anyway, but we'll see what happens with them. See how big they grow on neglect. I'm not expecting miracles out of them. And like we've had them really big here. We've had huge banana plants here, huge ones. Mine have always grown very slowly compared to that. Yeah, so it just depends on your soil, watering, fertilizer. Ours were probably 16, 17 feet tall, I guess the tallest, something like that. They were big banana plants. Big banana plants. But this winter kicked the crap out of them, man. Beat the living tar out of them. Beat them up good. So I get a leaf every 7 days. Oh wow. I get a leaf every week on ours. Yeah, week. That's right. 7 days is a week, right? Okay, there you go. That's like us, a leaf a week. Right? Something like that. So anyway, I'm done with bananas and I'll just stick with palm trees. Palms always look good, right? Bananas never really look good in the wintertime. I mean, but look at the palm trees. Look at how green they are. They're absolutely beautiful, right? Sun's in my eyes. Like the sun's just blasting down here right now. It's right in my eyes. Yeah, so getting a leaf every week, that's about right in the heat. And it's like Trachycarpus palms never stop growing here. These things grow year round, which is totally awesome. You have to love Trachycarpus palms. They are best suited palm for this climate. And look at how cold it was in December. And look at, there's no damage on those things. They look absolutely gorgeous. Very, very healthy. I might try water more. Yeah, if you try watering them more, they will be much happier. I want to see Wendy's new coffee grinder. Hang on. Let's see. These are used from the same person. It's so, they look new though. It's so funny. So Wendy has this. Are they Starbucks? It's a Starbucks coffee grinder. So she bought them. It's called Starbucks Barista, and she says they're the best coffee grinders in the world because she likes to grind her own beans. So hers broke a few weeks back.
I had that grinders for when I lived in White Rock.
Okay, so she had it when she lived on the mainland south of Vancouver and White Rock. So 25 years ago. So it lasted 25 years. It finally broke. So she went on eBay and she
had a Cuisinart one that was terrible to replace it. It was horrible.
She bought 2 of these used ones, which look new.
Oh yeah.
And she bought these on eBay. Hopefully they work. You better try.
One on eBay, one on Amazon.
Here, you better try this. So this is if you want a good coffee grinder, the Starbucks Barista coffee grinder. What does that say? How do you protect all of your palms? No, we don't protect them. They don't get protected. There's no palm protection here, Logan. None of those get protected. Our palm trees don't get protected here. No, don't need to. It doesn't get cold enough. That's the thing. I don't want things I have to protect. It's just too much work. No, all of these palms you see here, receive 0 winter protection. Nothing. Grow these from seed, man. They're all on their own. And these are smaller ones. We have bigger ones than this, way bigger palms. We have palms everywhere. Thousands of them. Don't have any protection. 0 winter protection. Even in our nursery, you go down to the nursery, the only protection the nursery gets is I kick some leaves around the pots. That's it, but not all the pots. A lot of the pots didn't get any protection, just so the pots didn't freeze. And they're all fine too. The nursery's good. Yeah, I don't mind banana. Even in the January, have the leaves until, yeah, we've had them till spring. I'm not. Yeah, here it never gets cold enough, Logan. You got to remember the growing zone here most of the time is 9A. And this year it fell into the high end of zone 8B. But it's still not cold enough here to kill a Trachycarpus palm. There's really old Trachycarpus palm trees on Salt Spring Island. These been in the ground here since probably early 1990s. And like I say, they're growing in really bad. Hi, how are you doing? Hey, come in here for a sec. Come here. Yeah, come in here.
Oh, sorry.
No, good. I gave you a plug.
Oh, thank you.
I gave you a plug. Come in here for a second. I do live streams. Yeah. I do live streams. Everybody from all over the world.
Oh.
So I'm going to give you a plug. And I checked out your channel, and I 40 subscribers now.
Yeah,
so
I saw that.
I did Golf Island Rock. I did Jungle Josie Video Gates because I have other channels.
Oh, okay.
And then I did Banana JSSI.
I commented on.
Did you?
The rock.
Okay, so we wanted to see you personally. Come in here for a sec. You're gonna be live streaming because I have friends that come into these live streams. Look at you. I want people to say hi to your dog too. Here, bring your dog up. Okay, so come over here. Now this is good. I have a guest on my live stream, so sit over here with me. Okay, so here you go. So I want you guys to meet Jennifer. All right. Oh yeah, do you want sunglasses? Do you want glasses? Okay. I know it's pretty bright. So look at her dog. Look at these dogs. So this is her dog, and this is Wendy's dog. And partly my dog too. How does that work? It's like, say you're married to somebody and you both love the same dog, and then you separate. How does that work? Does it work out okay?
I think there is like a classic.
It's like a child. Like, I mean,
yeah.
Is it like a custody thing?
Yeah, because there is an old story about that. About you have to cut it in half.
Well, like, I mean, so like my ex took the dog.
Yeah, it is a custody.
And like I really missed the dog. Like it was a Bichon,
yeah.
A really, really nice dog. Look at these guys. Look at this dog. So this is Jennifer, and Jennifer has, say hi to Jennifer. Jennifer has a YouTube channel. It's called Jennifer Godfrey, and you do not channeling.
I do tarot readings.
You do tarot, and not the tarot you eat, not tarot root like in Hawaii. This is tarot cards, right?
Yeah, it's a mixture of tarot and oracle.
It's good. It's great. No, it's cool.
Thank you.
And do you shoot some videos across the street?
Yes, I did.
Did you do some at the beach?
Yes.
Were you just there?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you got to go to the beach.
Yes. Yeah.
Look at you. So you got to keep the dog. So when you and your ex,
He came after.
what?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
This is like taking a kid away.
No. Jackson came into my life after the ex and I split.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so this is your dog.
Yes, this is my
Oh,
dog.
thank God. Okay, because it's tough if you had a dog and it splits like,
Yeah.
no, I want the dog. No, I want the dog.
Yeah.
So it was actually my wife, my ex, that got the dog. So she took the dog with her. But I got the house. See, so she says, because I have this exotic garden here, Joe, you need to buy me out. So Wendy and I bought her out. So she took the dog. I got the house all good. And I got to see the dog. I definitely got to see the dog. And it was a Bichon. It was a beautiful dog.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
But these little Yorkies, and he's kind of cranky sometimes, this little guy.
He's so cute though.
He is. He is.
Yeah.
You got to go to Duck Creek. Do you know where Duck Creek is?
No, I don't.
You would love him. So he goes off the leash there. And it's so you go around. Did you go to the beach? Do you know where Sunset Beach is on that side?
I haven't done a whole lot of exploring. To be honest, I've been sticking kind of close.
No,
to
it's cool.
Vancouver,
It's
but
cool. It's
I'm-
very nice.
Yeah, I'm just.
Well, it's relaxing here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very. Yeah, and the beach is right there, and
I'm glad you like the beach. I don't tell everybody about the beach.
it was busy when I went there today. There was
What?
quite a few people. Yeah.
You're kidding.
No.
There was people on our beach. It's rare to ever see people on our beach.
Jackson, come on, bud.
So there was.
Come on.
Where were they parked? Were they parked across the street?
On
Northview Road on that little
one was on the street.
I
but
saw a
there
black
was
one there.
There was quite a few people just walking. I don't even know where they were from.
Where?
Yeah.
I wonder if they
Yeah,
were
but-
tourists. That's so bizarre because usually you can go down there any given time and it's pretty rare to see people on our beach. So if you come to Salt Spring Island and you visit me and you want to see our beach, I'll show you the beach, but I don't show everybody the beach. So in that trail along the way, you know where it gets kind of muddy in there?
Yeah.
There's palm trees growing. You know what I do? Because I'm like Johnny Appleseed of palms. I take palm seed and I threw seed in there. So if you look in the swampy area in there, remember I showed you the seedlings in our garden?
Yeah.
You know where all the roots are and everything? It's really muddy in there and there's a little pond.
Yep.
And
Yep.
look in there and you'll see tons and tons of palm trees growing. Biggest one's about this big now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I put them there
Okay.
just to go. How are you doing? You're so cute. You're so cute. Look at that. You're going down. Look at you. Did you just get groomed?
He did, yes.
You're like how you like to lick. Does he lick your legs and stuff like ours always does?
He's a kisser.
Yeah, like ours too. Oh, you're
Yeah.
so cute. And he's got a really good
I
temperament.
always say he's a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, that's good. So you got a good temperament, right? And how often do you get him groomed?
About every 6 weeks.
That's like Kahu.
Yeah.
Every 6 weeks, just so you got a good groomer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ours,
Right now, it just kind of depends where we are. So the last time he got groomed was in, I guess it was. Trying to remember. I've been so many places recently. It was either Courtney or Nanaimo. I can't remember.
Okay, so if you settle down on this rock, we call it the rock. Wendy's got an amazing groomer.
I was gonna ask.
Her groomer is unbelievable. So she's been going to the groomer since he was a puppy. And like it was my boss, the manager of the parks department. She had one of his brothers and she got him groomed. And Wendy says, "Where did you get him?" Because we took her to a lady here and she was not good with dogs. So she says, "We go to Langford." She goes to Langford. It's near Victoria.
Be a groomer, not be good
No,
with
she was not good with
dogs.
dogs. She was just really not good with dogs at all. And Wendy wanted somebody that's good with her baby.
Yeah.
Because this
of
is your
course.
baby.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this lady that grooms her dog, Susan, she just like her dogs are her kids. They're her babies.
Yeah.
And Kahu loves her, and she's got our wiener dog. So we used to have this
Oh.
wiener dog. Wendy used to look after this old lady's house. I don't know if she cleaned it or whatever. And the lady said, you know, in her will, when I die, my wiener dog gets put to sleep. And Wendy loved the wiener dog. She used to babysit the wiener dog. He was young, 2 years old,
Yeah.
the most beautiful little dachshund. So she ended up getting this wiener dog. She didn't get dog put to sleep. Wendy ended up getting Jay. But the problem is when B&B guests were here, where people come, he was very protective.
Oh,
Like he would try biting you. Like I remember one guy delivering a package here and he comes in, the dog's hanging onto his. So I was like, no, we can't have that, right? 'Cause he's
Yeah.
going to bite somebody. So we asked Susan if you'd like Jay. He's a brindle wiener dog,
Yeah.
beautiful, white with black arms. She says, "Oh my God, yeah, that's her baby." So every 6 weeks, when we go down there, we see Jay the wiener dog,
Yeah.
and Kahu gets to see the wiener dog. So
Nice.
she would do a really good job of trimming
Mhm,
him. It's
mhm.
$55 or something like that.
That's pretty.
I think it's good. I
standard.
think it's
Yeah.
fair. And then you get a trip to Victoria.
Yeah.
It's in Langford. It's before Victoria. So we drive. So when we go there, we go through Vesuvius to Crofton, and you just drive the Malhat.
No,
You don't know the Malahat. I'm teaching you. So
I'm
Vesuvius.
never gonna remember.
So
all
when
this.
you came, did you come Crofton? Which way did you come? Fulford?
Crofton.
Oh, Crofton. Okay. So that's how we go to off the island. We go to Crofton,
Okay.
and then you hang a left. You hang your first or second left,
Yeah.
and you go out and you get out to the highway, and then you just follow that highway. It takes you right to Victoria.
I haven't been down that far yet.
Oh God, it
Yeah.
goes. It's beautiful.
Crofton is actually the most southern I've been.
Really?
Yeah. So when I go back across, I'm going to Duncan,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and because my car has to get serviced.
Yeah, Duncan's got
for my
everything.
Jeep. Yeah.
Yeah, we
and
always go to
then
Duncan.
I'll stay there for a couple nights. I
Cool.
mean, I have nothing booked yet though, so.
Well, you'll find something, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I'll probably head to Victoria, and then
Yeah.
to Port Renfrew.
Oh, you're gonna go to Redfrew?
Yeah, yeah.
Where are you
Oh,
staying?
gosh.
Are you gonna stay at Handsome Downs?
Well, I'll look into it because you mentioned it.
The
'cause I
French
have no
Girls
idea.
Lair. I mean, I don't know how booked up it's going to be, but I think you would really like it. It's totally self.
Now, is Dan really handsome?
I think he sold it.
Oh,
But there was a picture of Dan, and I guess he's kind of a handsome guy. I mean, I don't want to say he's handsome, but you might think he's handsome. That guy's really
you
handsome.
Can say he's handsome. if
Wendy,
he's
that
handsome.
guy's really
Guys can
handsome.
Say guys are handsome.
Yeah, okay. Well, women can say women are beautiful, but
Yeah.
if I say, man, that guy's handsome, that does kind of sound gay.
No,
but
it
then I have nothing
doesn't.
against. Really? So
No.
I can say a guy's handsome?
Yeah.
You guys are handsome. So there's a picture of handsome Dan, and yeah, he's probably a pretty good looking guy, but he sold it. But there's all these cottages there, and they're self-contained.
Yeah.
And so we stay at one, and it says the French Girls Lair.
Yeah.
So she's
and
obviously.
they let dogs.
Oh
in.
yeah, it's got a little pond on the front, so it's pet friendly.
Yeah.
He loves it there.
Yeah.
And the beach, he just.
Oh, yeah.
You'd love for it.
Oh, and they don't let dogs here. So, but he's not a dog. He's
No,
a
no, no.
child.
This is a child. There's actually no dogs, but we
Yeah.
make an exception for. See, this is a very special dog. This is like a service dog for him.
Yeah, he's a service
I'm going to say
dog.
this is actually a service dog. It's kind of like
Yeah.
when you're blind and you have one of those seeing eye dogs. You can't kick a blind person out of accommodation with the dog, right? So they have to stay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't shed. This dog does not shed, and it doesn't smell.
Right, and
This-
he's hypoallergenic.
So if you're allergic to dogs, you can have this dog, right? Not that dog, but a dog like that,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
like little dogs don't stink. You know what big dogs are like? And I like all dogs, but some of them have a dog smell.
Some of them have a very definite
Didn't
aroma.
you, and didn't
yeah.
you stay in a hotel where there was dog fur?
Dog hair all over the
Ugh.
duvet or the comforter,
Ugh, that-
and so you know they don't wash those.
No,
right?
that's gross,
So,
man.
Yeah,
That's
I
gross.
always I travel with my own blanket, and as soon as I get into a hotel room, I just put it on top of that one, and then I'm using my own.
Wendy
blanket.
never sits on top of beds in hotels.
Yeah,
She
I
gets
don't
gross.
either.
She's so
Yeah.
funny. You're just like her. It's like,
Yeah.
ooh. It's like I go into the hotel and Maui's like, and I listen. How can you lay on there? That's totally gross.
Yeah,
It's like she won't do that, right? But with dog hair on it, it's even worse.
yeah,
So we
and it smelled in there of dog really bad.
see they didn't clean it good enough.
It looked clean other than that, but it was just I couldn't figure out where the smell was coming from. But I think I was there for 4 nights, and by the time I left, it had faded. But the first night, the smell
That's-
kept waking me up.
Yeah, no,
So
yeah, I don't like
strong.
that. So when we stay,
Yeah.
Wendy would book at the Tinwis Inn in Tofino, and it's pet friendly, but it never smelled like dogs. It was like they cleaned it. You could never
Yeah.
smell any dog in there.
That's the first time I've ever been anywhere that smelled like dog. Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It's pretty overpowering.
Well, you're the only one that stayed here with a dog. But he's a special dog. You're not really. You're like a little human. Yeah, you're
Well,
so
he is,
cute. Look
yeah.
at you. And how's his teeth? Do you like?
I
do-
brush them every night.
See, you're smart because we never did that, and he doesn't like fingers in his mouth, so he actually had to get 7 teeth pulled
Oh.
last year because his breath started getting really bad.
Yeah.
And Susan tries, the groomer,
Yeah.
and she, like he does not like fingers in his mouth.
Oh, he doesn't either, but he tolerates it and I do it every night. And yeah, see, he doesn't even like. me
So
to
what do you put
that.
in his mouth? Like, is it a special paste or something?
Yeah, it's actually for cats and dogs that I get at the vet.
Really?
Yeah, and I have also from the vet a teeny tiny toothbrush, and I just kind of
You can actually brush his teeth.
I brush his teeth.
Because Yorkies are notorious for losing teeth. That's what we were told.
Yeah, they have terrible teeth.
They have
yeah.
terrible teeth. So he started getting really bad breath. It's like,
Yeah,
that's not good. So she took him to the vet, and he's like, oh, he's got rotten teeth.
Yeah.
7. They had to put him out to sleep,
yeah.
and pulled his teeth, and then he comes back, he has stitches in there too. He starts eating right away. He's eating crunchy food. It didn't even bother them.
Oh,
He was a little groggy, but it didn't bother him. It's like,
Yeah.
ugh. But yeah, so I mean, I'd love to be able to brush his teeth, but
Yeah.
he doesn't want it.
I should go.
Okay,
though.
well, this is great. So check out her channel.
Yep.
It's called Jennifer Godfrey, and you can get a tarot reading, and maybe even one from our beach. That
Yeah.
secret beach. I call that
Yeah.
secret beach. Were
Good.
you doing it down there, and they were down there? The people are down there?
No,
No, you didn't do a tarot reading down there.
No, just exploring. And
Yeah.
my readings come out It's just a general reading every Monday.
That's cool.
Yeah, I drop them every Monday.
Well, I'll tell you something. So when the tide's out, you can walk that way. Okay, so when you go down to the beach, go that way, and you'll come to another beach.
I did. I walked all the way down around the point
and then
because
you-
someone told me about it. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, there's another beach down there."
Yeah, and there's another beach at the end. So if you go to the end, so Krista and Wendy go there. So you go to Southey Point, and there's a beach at the end of Southey Point. There's a little place to park, and you go to a cove that comes in, and the water's warmer. You can even.
Oh,
Well, I mean, you like
nice.
really warm water. She likes
I
Maui. She likes
do.
tropical water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's got to
you-
be 80 degrees.
Yeah, well, you're not going to get 80 degrees. You're going to freeze your hiney
I
off
might
here.
go up to my knees.
Well, when it gets like last year, we hit 42.9 degrees Celsius here.
then I would go. in.
You know
Yeah.
what? It actually felt
might,
good.
yeah.
And you sit up to your neck. It's like,
Yeah.
it feels good.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. That's Jennifer. Check out her channel. Get some more subscribers for her. YouTube's fun. I like it. Well, where's your doggy? There he is. Look at you. Okay, see you, Jackson. See you later, little buddy. Yeah, I like your little scarf. When he gets groomed, they always put a little scarf down. Yeah, that's
That
cool.
was
Eh?
from a groomer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Jackson, come back.
Anyway, yeah, if you end up here, you got to go to Sue, the groomer. She's so Susan is awesome. She's in Lang. It's Lang. It's so easy to find. Thank you. You're totally awesome. That was fun. Hope you get more subscribers. You're up to 40 now.
Yeah, I know.
He's like it. Oh no. Does he eat grass? Yeah, or eat grass. So Duck Creek Park is like if you go around, you can come to Sunset Drive, right? So you know the north end of Southern Point up there, and you follow Sunset down, and then you go down this last kind of dip. You'll see the cars parked on the side, and there's a garbage can, doggy bags, and it's a beautiful walk. So you can't get lost. It just goes over to Broadwell, and you just walk back. So, but there's a mountain there too. I think there might be. Oh, one of the canyons. Maybe a mountain. You have the mountain. Come on, puppy. No, you're good here. But when you're on the beach, be careful of eagles.
Yeah.
Because because the lake gets tenderized. Walk your dog. The eagle picks your dog up, but it dropped. But it hurted a bit, but it was okay. The eagle nest is super down. get some more subs because of it. That's 1,000 subs, get yourself monetized, start check rolling in. Check rolling from Google. All right. There you go. There you go. Come here. He's just checking stuff. That was my son's best friend. He graduated. He died. Totally nice guy. Grew up here. Yeah. My son's 22. He's 21. Now my son's name is Jackson. I know. That's what
I just love that.
it's harnesses are good too because we had a collar on the cloth.
Yeah, well,
Strokes. The harness does that little walk and stuff.
yeah,
He wants to control.
yeah.
But when we go to the trails, we let him off. He stays with us. He'll take it.
I'm always worried about running into the big dog.
Well, that's the thing too. I pick him up. Like, if I saw a big dog, and ours will too.
Yeah.
I pick him up today because they say the dog's okay with the dog. Yeah, the dog grabbed for it, pull it apart, and I thought it was going to the dog.
Yeah.
And all the pictures.
Yeah, I know, and I've had people that say, oh, the dog's friendly,
No.
and it's like growling right on top of them, and I'm like,
That would be the worst. That would be the.
I have pretty people starting to my
Yeah, no. I pick him up when I see big dogs.
Yeah, and yeah, the dog was on top of me, like, so I felt like after the west mountain, but, and I couldn't even get to them, the dog was so on top of me, I just can't, like,
That's
drop
scary.
it. I had to bring the camera, and like, I was like, bend over, and I just went, boom, down on my knee, and I just put my hand, and kind of tried to
That's
shove
scary.
it.
And they can break the little dog's back with a jump on it.
Yeah.
Like him.
I was, like, I did, I was on the way, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, you just walked this way. I'm like, it's okay, but it wasn't me. Yeah. I had tears in my eyes, and I was like, that's
Yeah, no. That's weird. So, like, hey, like I said, I saw big dogs. I mean, Tabby wanted to touch the cat here, so I picked him up, and then I walked out to him and got him. Because Tabby will go up.
yeah,
He thinks he's bigger than what he is.
yeah.
Our dog thinks he's bigger too, but until a bigger dog comes and jumps on him.
Yeah, some dogs now think that I'm so far past them because I don't know why I think that's because I've never used that road.
Yeah.
But now he's the way
That's the story to always get to him.
yeah.
That's the end of the dog. And what's happened to my friend is
I've heard of that too.
one of those issues down the street. He sees a dog take so he plays at parties and stuff. And that's awesome. I remember the dog when he was hit him.
Yeah, I have a real estate colleague, daughter wants the dog that way, had this dog to go to her, and they fed the dog, and so when it was still in the field, went to the other door when it was big dog there, and I was
Oh yeah, well you'd be devastated. I think it's like losing a kid.
yeah,
I see that we are your kids, right? That's what we thought.
I don't even know what the people wanted to do, to like, trying to get spoiled, but she was so happy that I took the spoiled and moved, right,
I
I
feel
think
so fast. It's like so we've got this more stuff. Before stuff.
yeah, because
Any shapes and sizes.
that's
Every
her
word.
thing, yeah.
And I remember one time I told her, I got video. And there's a stovepipe on the back, a brand new stovepipe. I guess a mouse was falling in the stovepipe. It's on the deck. And it went up the hose and fell. What's not the movie with a mouse? It plays with its toys. It's not the mouse. I lifted up the thing and I thought the mouse was just going to make a bucket. It grabs it. It's like, oh my god! Like I felt that. Oh my god, it's one of the mouse.
And oh my god, you're a killer.
And then it killed it, right? So
Yeah.
it was on video. It's like 50,000 hits. So now it's like 100,000. So then we were
Yeah, well, I know. Yeah, I'm going to see her next one. You know, she wants to hold me go after her. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's what we're doing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's on your responsibility. I hope it works out. Yeah. I think I'd be really happy. Even if it's yeah. Well, I just start going to local classes. Yeah. Hit up, you know.
They have everything.
Yeah.
There's tons of fruit. Lots of like, oh,
Yeah.
local play dates,
Yeah.
right?
That
Small
would be
dogs.
great. Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
My friend has a pit bull up there. He lives on the other street. I've known him for years. So, like when I thought when I first saw the pit bull,
I know.
our dog, I'm like, no, he's afraid of our dog. No, he's just big pit bull.
He's a big dog.
He's a soft. He's like the sweetest Kona. He's like the sweetest pit bull. But when you think pit bulls, that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're more dangerous. All right, see you, Jennifer. Yeah, take care. All righty. That was that. 2 weeks forecast here. You guys are still in there. Thanks for hanging in there. Sorry, I was just talking to the B&B guest. Duck Killer Clyde's in there. Sandor's in there. Pterodactyl Island, Smallish Palm. 2 weeks. Sorry that I was giving the B&B guest a map so she can find her way around the island. And I should actually get off here because I think she's going to do a live stream Zoom. She's doing some sort of class. Duck Killer Clyde is in there. I've seen some palms in Port Almami. I don't know where that is. Port Alberni? Port Alberni. I've only seen dead palms there. I haven't seen any live ones. I can't see anything surviving there this past winter. I see a big dead Trachycarpus palm there. It died a few years back, but maybe there are some hidden there. I can't say not, but I've seen a couple of dead ones, but you never know. There might be some hiding in a nice little microclimate. I saw a palm in Port Renfrew, which is on the west coast, but Port Alberni is an interesting place because it's inland and it's the hot spot of Vancouver Island, and it's also one of the coldest areas of Vancouver Island too. So it's more like a Zone 8A. It'd have to be a Zone 8A in Port Alberni. I don't know if they get the wind. They actually had a tidal wave there in 1964. March 28th, 1964, they actually had or it might have been the 29th, my birthday. There was actually a tidal wave, a tsunami caused by the Great Alaska Earthquake, that 9.6 or something like that Alaska earthquake. And I think some people might even have died in that tsunami. So there you go. All right, guys, I should roll because the guest down there is going to do a Zoom and she's doing a course. So I can't tie up the internet now. So I better roll. Thanks for hanging in there. And I'm glad she made it on live stream. Check out her channel, Jennifer Godfrey, and she does tarot readings and stuff like that. And she's visiting here, and I think she's like to move to Salt Spring Island, which would be kind of cool. All right, take care, guys. I got to find my cursor now, and the sun. This sun is annoying. As much as I love sun, I have to find. There it is, the cursor. Take care, everybody. Cheers and aloha from Salt Spring Island. Thanks for joining in.